to Late Night Girl Chat, and it's the Disney Wedding Edition. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you give a big thumbs up and hashtag replay for all my replayers that come on after the show because you guys can't make it. We appreciate you. We love you. So, as you guys saw from the thumbnail and the title, and obviously all that stuff, we are talking about Disney weddings. And don't we all dream about having a Disney wedding like some point in our life, unless you're just completely like, I don't know. But I think we all have at one point. So our guest is going to spill all the details. She will leave no detail in the secrets. That was not English, but whatever. So yeah, let's bring in our guest, and then we'll bring in our special guest at the very end. So here we have my boo-boo. Ooh, it's Erika.
It's been a long time since I've been on.
Yes, it has been. It's very rude, and I'm very offended. Okay. But we're so happy you're here. And we have Sue. Oh my gosh. Well, too, you've been sick. We missed you. Do it again.
I have a bad immune system. I'm so glad. Wait, is there a tit out or something? Is something?
No.
Okay. I'm back.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yes. So I hope you're feeling good. And also, maybe I'll say it after when everybody's on screen so we can sing to you. So we got Salma. Hey,
Fabulous voice.
look how stunning. Look at those ears. I really wanted those ears.
They're so pretty.
And let's bring in our special. Huh?
I lost audio.
You did?
I can't hear.
Oh, okay. We hear you.
I don't know.
I can hear.
Me?
Yes. We're gonna speak in sign language the rest of the show for Salma. Okay, and then our special guest is the bride. It is Kaitlyn.
Thanks for having me.
Gosh. Thanks for being here. Looking stunning in her actual crown she wore for her wedding.
Aww.
Literal princess. So I wanted to real quick. We have to sing happy birthday to Sue because she just turned 16. Like, oh my god. We need to sing.
Times a couple of times.
Everybody, let's sing together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday
Happy birthday
to you.
Thank you.
That was a hot mess, but it's fine.
It was fine. The record producers are gonna start calling us soon.
Erika, we have a voice of something about Fergie and Jesus.
Oh yeah, we have a voice cross of Fergie and Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
I'm closer to your Wi-Fi.
We're definitely gonna get that record deal. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me pull up comments real quick. So let's say hi to everybody in chat. Excuse me. You think I still don't have my voice? It is back. Hey, baby blue. And Christina. Happy birthday, Sue. She just shouted out to you.
Oh, where'd she go?
She said, never mind. I don't want it.
I think she was struggling with her internet. I heard her say
There's issues with the internet. I might drop too. Just letting you guys know. And I told them if there's issues, just make sure you take over for me. Erika's internet is good. So Erika, I guess
I know, right?
for one.
Erika might be
That's
talking
like Wi-Fi thingies, the extenders. So it's been great.
Mm-hmm. And hey, H Demi, thanks for being here. And Baby Blue also said happy birthday to Sue. And Alex, hello, beautiful friends. How are you doing? And then Salma, let me know. I hope like wave your arms when you get backstage if you can make it. There's like a bunch of storms going on. The main person that needs to talk is Kaitlyn, so it's okay. The funny thing is, when I did a poll. Oh, there she is. There's Sue. There you are.
We all need to upgrade our internet. I'm just gonna.
Do you have a storm right now?
No, I just live in the boondocks.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been having issues because we're in the middle of a huge storm.
Do you have Wi-Fi extender? You could get them on Amazon. They're like $22, and what it is you hook it up like right close to your router, and then you set it all up, and then you unplug it and you put it in the room you want to magnify your Wi-Fi. That's why mine's acting really good, because I just bought 2 of them, one for my office, because I had really bad service a long time ago. I mean, Kaitlyn and
Oh my God, Erika, you're a genius. I didn't know that exists.
I didn't either.
I would send you the link for the Wi-Fi extender.
Because it used to be so embarrassing when you have a collab and everybody's uploading, and I'm like, guys, I swear I started this at 8 a.m. I know it's 7 o'clock at night. I don't know where my video is.
Erika, you might need to send me one too, just to be. I don't have issues with it, but when there's a storm, does it help?
I honestly, I don't know yet. I will let you know tomorrow, because
That's the only reason I would need it.
Okay, I'll let
Other
you
than that, my Wi-Fi is great. I never have issues.
Oh, okay.
I'm not tech savvy, so I have no idea. Happy birthday, Sue, Gabby said.
Thank you.
But yeah, thanks guys for being here. Hey ladies. What's up?
Abby.
What's up? I have Margarita in here.
Oh, I love that tumbler.
I might get a little loose tongue today, so just a forewarning.
I'm trying something, and it's supposed to be very strong.
What are you drinking?
It's like oat smoky moonshine blackberry lemonade.
That was a lot of descriptive words.
Wow, moonshine.
Yeah.
That was a lot of words.
So I'm only gonna drink one because it's 9%.
Starbucks of course. Kaitlyn always has her Starbucks.
I'm hydrating.
Agua fresca.
I had mimosas at brunch, and if I drink any more, I will get a migraine. So I'm gonna not.
Yep.
No, you're not saying on this show. We don't call it that. We call it mimosa.
Mimosa. I see. Okay. I had multiple mimosas.
As Erika calls it, in this show, we don't call mimosas that. And if you didn't see that live, it was a couple lives ago. And I actually did a short I uploaded with
That's amazing.
all the clips. So here, we don't call like chisme. Sami calls it cheese me.
Yeah, cheesy.
Chisme. It's cheese me.
That is what Sami would. That's such a Sami. Yeah.
Two things.
What did you say? Did you say cheese me?
Cheese me.
Alex.
I didn't hear it. Like
I have water too, Alex. Are you proud of me? I have water.
I do have water as well.
I have water.
I know.
I had a couple Cosmos earlier, and I'm good. Like, I'm just old, so I'm good.
Mary Jane, hi. And I have not seen Taryn because I do not live on the same island anymore as her. I live in a totally different state. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being on the show. I put out a poll out. I screenshot this because I'm gonna put y'all on blast. I put a poll out asking to ask Kaitlyn questions. You know what I got? I got one question, and one is from Kaitlyn. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, you are the one that's answering them. Where is this? I took a picture of it.
She really wants to talk about it.
Wait.
Look at the two questions.
Girl, can I just say your hair? I'm obsessed with your hair.
Right.
And then this is what Alex says. Alex from A Dream Is a Wish on Instagram. This is what he said.
You know why? Because Alex already heard all the details, so he's like, I don't got no question.
He did, but I'm still calling him out because he just was like, "Why is my coochie itchy?" I'm like, you need to see a doctor, sweetie. Well, I really didn't get any questions, but I have one question, and we'll just start. and knock this out first. So this one is from Crazy for Legos. And this is what it says. Do they offer several different options for wedding foods? Because that's the best part of a wedding, I think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah, for the guests. Dude, I wish, everybody said this, I wish I ate more, but I was so, like, your emotions are so high that you're like, food? So I literally had to, like, force myself to eat my Mickey pancakes. Because I was like, I'm eating these I cannot. So yeah, they have tons of options. It actually rotates throughout the year too, though. So like anything, and all the options that I had in January, like they're gonna be different in like October or June. So they have
nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I saw one bride, she just had her wedding and her rehearsal dinner was like Trader Sam's, and it was amazing. They had it over at the Rose Court Garden area, and I was like, what? Nobody told me that was an option. but not that I spent enough money. I could not add another thing in. So anyway, yeah, they have tons of options. We picked like the biggest brunch mainly because we knew we were going to be spending a lot of money per person anyway. So we're like, let's do a buffet so they can eat whatever they want. And let's do also there's a ton of options for like meat eaters, vegetarians, vegans. Like we had like just all kinds of breakfast foods. There was a steak, pancakes, waffles, Mickey shaped, obviously, salads, fruits. There was a lovely tray of like watermelon and other various melons that I can't eat because I'm allergic to them. So that was a little sad for me.
Watermelon?
Melon in general, I can't. So there's a weed that grows around most melon plants, and I'm allergic to that weed. And when you have an allergy to ragweed, it can trick your body into anaphylaxis, and so I can't eat melons.
So you should try to grow weed. Not weed. Whoa! You should try to grow some melons without the weed.
Yeah, so if I can grow them, if they're grown isolated from that ragweed, I can eat it. But most times they're not, and so I don't risk it. But I didn't
ragweed. So all you sick people out there.
Yeah, it was banana, watermelon, avocado, mango, peach. What else? Cantaloupe. Yeah,
you can't have anything good in
it. Have none of that.
Sometimes I eat guac, and I probably shouldn't because I don't have an EpiPen. But you know,
how can you not eat guac? You know,
I live life on the edge. You know,
she's a wild girl. She's eating guacamole.
But banana, isn't that on a tree though?
Yes, but it is a melon, so I don't know if it grows in with it. But I get the same reactions to it.
I was going to say, do you like have hives or your throat actually closes or what happens?
So my throat's never closed. I ate them until I was like 18, had no idea I had this allergy because my parents thought I was being dramatic. But like my tongue gets itchy, my throat gets itchy, and my ear canals get itchy, which are the beginning signs of anaphylaxis.
Your ear canals.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird. But like I'm a kid and my parents are like, don't be dramatic. It's fine. So I'm like, okay.
Wow.
So I just had like randomly mentioned it because I have acid reflux and bananas can really help with that. And so I was telling my doctor, I was like, milk, yeah. I was telling my doctor, I'm like, yeah, I usually eat a banana because it helps like get rid of the symptoms. And he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, yeah, it makes my throat itch. I don't really know why. And he's like, what about your ears and your tongue? And I'm like, yeah, they itch a little bit too. And he's like, so he starts listing off different melon fruits. And I'm like, what are you getting at? He's like, you're allergic to melons, ma'am. You cannot keep eating them. So yeah.
I'm still mind blown about your ear canals. I'm so sorry. Like I never heard of people being like, oh my gosh, my throat got closed up. I got real itchy. They say they break out in hives or whatever. I never heard of someone saying their ear canals got
They do itchy.
I never heard like someone describe it because I never had that happen to me, so I don't know what it's like. But I've heard like the basic things what happens. But you're the first time I ever heard.
Well, it's terrible because it's all places you can't scratch.
Right.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Tons of options.
My mom is allergic to shrimp. My mom is also. She can't eat any shellfish. Yeah. Sad life, because that's just so good.
Mm-hmm. It is sad. Yeah.
Come back. I just, hey, Chanticleer! We miss you. Oh my gosh. And then Salma just said, oh, so sorry. I didn't get. We have storms too. So get it. Erika can attest. I was having so much issues before the show, and the internet pulled it together for me for the show.
You guys all need to stay safe, please.
It was literally like thundering so loud earlier. I was like, I feel like I'm gonna get struck by lightning. But yeah, seafood was so good. Oh, yeah. You had fish at your wedding. You did have something.
Yeah, there was a lot. I couldn't tell you what all was in it because it was a big list of stuff.
It was
and you can do a lot of different things. Like there's like 3 different buffet options. There's the one I chose was the fairy tale buffet. And then there's all these plated meals. So if you choose to do a plated meal, there's tons of options there. You can also have, they call it like a late night snack. And so for me, it wouldn't be a late night snack. It'd just be a snack because my wedding was at like 9:30 in the morning. But they had like Mickey pretzels, like churros, like that kind of stuff. You could have like a snack table for that. You can get a carving station. So like we thought about getting some Wagyu beef, but we ended up not doing that.
Boosh!
Yeah. He loves that. So we thought about it, but we decided to put money into an open bar instead of that. So
I totally appreciated that.
Well, and the only reason we weren't going to do it in the beginning is not because we're like jerks, but it's because we don't drink. So like we were kind of like, why are we going to spend all this money on alcohol? We're not going to drink. You know what I mean? So, but we just ended up falling below food budget. And then he was like, well, we could do the Wagyu. And then he was like, no, I kind of just want to do alcohol for everybody because I feel like they would enjoy that more than the beef or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But yeah. But when we thought 80 people were coming, like we couldn't afford an open bar. That was not going to be an option. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Chanticleer is in Europe. Bouge also.
Where? Where in Europe?
She's probably sipping some Chardonnay under the Eiffel Tower.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's just start from the very beginning because I just wanted to knock out that question before I forget in the midst of talking because my brain will go. When did you dreamed of having a Disney wedding, of course, right, Kaitlyn? Like, can you think of how early it was?
Like since I was a kid, but like I never thought I was gonna get one. So like I didn't know that was even a possibility for me until I was like 23 or 24. Because my mom, like my thought was like, because we lived in Arizona before we moved to Washington, and I was like, I want to find a pretty church like in the woods in Flagstaff, have my Sleeping Beauty wedding, and call it a day. I've always wanted a Sleeping Beauty wedding, whether it was gonna be at Disney or not. And so I was just talking to my mom about that, and she's like, well, I think we could afford a wedding at the Grand Californian. And I was like, you have one chance to take that back, woman. Don't play with my emotions. And then she's like, no, I think we could do it. And then my husband now, Brian, he's like, wouldn't that be expensive? And she's like, well, you have to pay for her for the rest of your life. So who's the real victim? And I was like, bro.
Lifelong debt.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, you should make a TikTok. It was like him, like the picture of him, like at the altar or whatever, the gazebo. And he's like, you should do a TikTok with the sound that just says, I'll never financially recover from this.
Yep.
Does anybody who's with us Disney people, like, it's just cha-ching, cha-ching?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so I've always like thought of the theme, like all the details of the wedding and stuff. Like I started coming up with that back in like 2015. So I've been thinking about this forever. I just didn't think it would be at Disney until like last few years.
Oh my gosh, you need to spill the deets on your proposal because you told us the tea about your proposal. You got to share with all of us with that too.
The fact that I completely orchestrated it is that. So we were together for 7 years when we got engaged. So we've been together for a while, lived together the whole time because we had moved in together at like 3 months. So
same.
I knew it was coming at some point. He was like, well, we guess we could have had a long engagement, but like I know you wanted an expensive wedding, so that's why we waited for so long. But the whole relationship, I'm like, if you don't propose to me at Disneyland, I'm saying no. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like it's pretty obvious that's what I want. Like not really. I would say yes, but I'd be like, okay, now we need to do it again. So around the time we started, like he had just graduated. I had been graduated for a few years already, and he was like working his big boy software engineer job, and so I was like, okay, buddy, like what's going on? And so in 2019, we went for Halloween, and I was like, hey, like we're getting engaged the next time we come, and I don't really care what you have to say about it. And he's like, okay. And so we were supposed to come for my birthday in 2020. Obviously, that did not pan out. So I was just like really sad. And then right when we got news of the park opening, like literally like the day that they were like the park's opening in June, I was like, hey dude, I bought tickets. We're going.
Letting you know, I bought tickets.
And he was like,
tickets.
He was like, all right, bet. So then we literally went to the mall. I picked out this ring about like a year before we got engaged. I was like, this is the ring I want. I don't know if you can really see it that well. This is like an Aurora ring from Zales. And so we went to the mall. I literally tried the ring on. He ordered it. and then at first he was going along with this, like, I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to do it. I'm just going to be like randomly dropping on one knee like all day.
Like being down, he's just tying his shoelace.
Yeah. It better not be in front of the bathroom. And if it's in front of a bathroom, it better be the Rapunzel bathroom.
That is the bathroom.
So I'm like, listen, I don't need to know when you're doing it. I just need to know if you're doing it because I need to pack clothes because I know you don't want to pay for another trip to take engagement pictures. And he's like, okay, fine. Like, yeah, it's going to happen. Just pack your stuff. And I was like, so I'm like messaging them. I'm like, guys, I'm getting engaged. And I got my nails done. And I'm like, guys, you like my engagement?
We were like,
so surprised, weren't you?
And
I
then
shocked.
And,
I looked shocked. I looked shocked in the video, but it's because like I just knew it was coming, but I didn't know I was so anxious. Like I knew it was happening, so I'm like shaking. And I'm like, oh my God. And then what he said really made me emotional. So like I look like I'm shocked, but I'm just like emotional. So it was really funny though, because they couldn't record, like it was still like they couldn't hold people's phones for like COVID stuff. And so he asked a random guy to record, and the guy's like, this guy, like, why am I recording? And then he sees my husband get down on one knee. He goes, oh, and he gets closer.
So you had no warning, basically.
He did not. Yeah. So he was like, whoa, man, like you can't just bust out a ring like that. So he's like, he did great. He was amazing. Love that guy. But that's like one of my favorite parts of the video. He's like, oh.
Oh shit.
Then the other thing that I love about that video too is you see like all the guests kind of gathering in the back and like smiling and clapping and stuff. It just makes me happy.
Sitting in the back is smiling. How about move?
No, well, because it was like, well, they moved for the pictures and stuff, but it was more like they were far away. They weren't like right behind me. They were like kind of, you know, where people sit to like take pictures by the castle.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like in that area, and it was just like one of those like cute, like, oh, people aren't terrible all the time, you know, moments. Like, and so yeah, that was what happened. I totally knew exactly what was happening.
Oh my goodness.
So my friends were like, so my best friend knew that I knew. Like I was texting her, I was like, oh my God, bro, I'm finally gonna get engaged. But his best friends, one of them is like also one of my really good friends. And he's like, were you surprised? Because I feel like you knew. I was like, no, I knew.
Vibes. Felt the vibes.
Well, here's the thing. I knew it was gonna happen there. And so like every time we went, I was just wondering if he was gonna do it. You know what I mean? So I was like getting to a point where it was like, there's no way you're gonna really surprise me, because if you start acting weird, I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was an interesting 2-day trip, and then we literally rode Rise of the Resistance right after. It was great.
That's a great way to kick it off. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the comments below, since people wanted to send me dumb questions about their itching coochie.
I am happy to let people know how I looked so gorgeous.
How did she look so gorgeous? I mean, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's my makeup artist and my hairstylist.
But yeah, this is what if it weren't for you, I would not have been at a Disney wedding. My people are cheap.
Yeah, I had family members that straight up refused to come because they thought it was ridiculous and I was spending too much money. So they were like, "We're not coming." And I was like, "Okay, bye."
Nobody's forcing you to be there.
Really. Nobody's forcing you to have a $200 buffet and meet Mickey and Minnie. So
who can take your money? Hi, Danielle. But yeah, okay. So, I don't know what question to ask next. Like,
I have one for her.
Go for it.
Okay, so I know you love Aurora and Sleeping Beauty. So I'm assuming you had like a wedding planner, a Disney wedding planner?
Yeah,
okay.
You get it. Mm-hmm.
So but I did see like you had like a couple nods like Beauty and the Beast and like other. So were they like, you know, how does that whole thing go? Do you say, "Oh, I love Sleeping Beauty. Like I definitely want like, you know, whatever, pink and blue or however you want incorporated Aurora." Or were they like, "Or we could do this, or we could do that, or a lot of people do this," or like how does that all go down?
So everything was done completely by my mom. So all the decorations that you see, like the like kissing balls that were on the chairs, like all the decorations, the ceremony, the reception, my mom made that.
Get out.
We bought some stuff. So like the Cogsworth and the Lumiere and like the Magic Mirror and the Apple, like we bought those things. But yeah, I wanted little nods to other princesses. And so that's where like all the details came in, I guess. Like I've had this stuff like in my little brain since like 2015. And so I knew I wanted like a little magic mirror and like Beauty and the Beast and stuff at my guest table. And then my bridesmaids, I wish we got a little bit more pictures of this kind of stuff, but like I still know what happened, so I don't really care. But my bridesmaids all picked a princess. And so my maid of honor picked Rapunzel. And I asked her why, because Ariel's actually her favorite. And she's like, "Well, Rapunzel's your second favorite. And I know you wanted to see her in the wedding. So like I picked Rapunzel for you." And I was like, "Aw." So she like did her hair in a braid like Rapunzel. And then she had the sun necklace. And then my sister-in-laws, one picked Jasmine, one picked Pocahontas, and they did earrings. One of them picked Tinkerbell. So she had a top knot bun and like a puffball in her shoes. Like, so we did a lot of little stuff like that.
I noticed that detail.
Yeah, it's really small stuff.
Small details. I didn't even see it.
Yeah,
and
we that's the thing. I didn't do a lot of detail shots of their stuff. What I did do is during our bachelorette, I made them sweaters, and so all their sweaters have their princess on the front, and then it says happily ever after on the back.
That's cute.
Yeah, and then I did tumblers and stuff. I wanted to make stuff that was cute and that like reminded them of the wedding, but I didn't want bridesmaids slapped all over it, because I can see where like you probably aren't gonna wear that out of the house after the wedding, you know. So so we did stuff like that. And then like my shoes were Rapunzel. Well, the shoes I was supposed to wear, but didn't, because I was scared of tripping out of the coach. I used them for the shoe game, but yeah, so, and then Maleficent, I had like, this we do have pictures of because it was my jewelry, but I had like Maleficent hoop earrings and a necklace from Zales on. And then the head table was Maleficent. So I was trying to like, I definitely stuck to Sleeping Beauty. I did the pink and the blue. And then each table was one of her fairy godmothers. So it was a green fairy, a blue fairy, and a red fairy. And then these ladies, I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but they all were wearing like the fairy colors, and I thought it was so cute because they like decorated the wedding. You all had like either green, blue, or pink on.
You're right.
Yep. That was the plan.
Okay. Mind blown.
I was like, oh, they're really my fairy godmothers, like literally.
I took 2 dresses, and it was either a pink dress or it was a blue dress.
Pink, blue, or Stephanie's wearing brown, but pink,
It's
blue,
mommy,
and green.
Or green.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so that was all, you dreamt up everything basically, and you had
And we just like telepathically knew. Like
They were like, oh, you said fairy godmother? Bet. Yeah. So I've been thinking of this. Like, I came up with the fairy idea like a long time ago. I was like, oh my God, that's gonna be so cute. Like the fairies will be like kind of coming out of the centerpiece, you know. And then we did just a basic package with Disney. So they didn't do any decor. Everything was just the way it is in the room normally, and we added to it. And
okay, so they do give that option for other people to bring their decorations if they don't want Disney to do it.
yes,
Oh,
I will
awesome.
say it's about 80 billion times easier if you can afford Disney to do it. Although I will say I feel like mine looked very personalized because obviously like Disney's going to have similar decor, right? If you're, you know, they have what they have. So it's not going to look like super, like it'll be tailored to your colors and your theming, but it may not be super unique if you only go through Disney. Like my mom handmade 90% of that stuff, and she spent the last like year and a half making it. And we spent under $1,000 on all our decor, which I thought was great because we spent a lot of money on everything else. But that was my thing going into it. I wanted Mickey and Minnie. I wanted the coach. I wanted the magic mirror. So I was like, literally, like these venues look gorgeous on their own. Like if you want to make me centerpieces, Mom, that'd be great. And then she came up with the charger plates and all the other decorations that ended up becoming a thing. But yeah, we couldn't have done it on our own though, because so you're responsible for setting it up and taking it down, and you only have a certain amount of time to do it. And so I was telling these ladies, I was like, guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like we're gonna have to rotate through pictures, and they were like, oh well, we'll set it up. There's 8 of us, and I was like, stop. And they were like, yeah. So like my mom was literally in tears. She's like, I can't believe this. She's like, they've never even met you in person, and they're willing to do this for you. Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah, they are the reason the reception looked as good as it did, because we would not have been able to do it on our, like people would have walked in and we'd have been like, don't mind me, setting up the decoration.
oh my gosh.
We were moving fast too.
Yeah, it was super efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom literally filmed like video tutorials, and she's like, all right.
It really wasn't. It was not hard at all. It was easy.
But it meant so, like, I will never repay you guys for that. Like, that saved my life. You have no idea.
Your first child needs to be called Lounge Flight Talk.
What do you call them for short?
LFT.
Lift?
There you go. Lift. But you got a question from Alex in the Bat Loop. I have a question. If money wasn't a factor and you could do it all over again, which Disney park would you want to get married at?
Disneyland, Sleeping Beauty Castle.
No question. There's
It has to be. I mean, I got engaged there. I'm gonna name my firstborn daughter Aurora. Like it's it's a Sleeping Beauty wedding. You can't not have it at her castle. You know what I mean?
You decided against the like Leaning Tower of Pisa Sleeping Beauty cake for your wedding cake, or?
Yeah, I definitely did. I'm gonna save that for future Aurora's 16th birthday, and hopefully she's not mad.
That's good. I mean,
I love how my cake turned out. I actually found out there's a Etsy seller that like she will make a little replica of your cake into a Christmas ornament, and I'm like, dude, I need that.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, I need that in my life, because I was obsessed with my cake. I was like, can we just not eat it? Like I wanted to eat it, but like I'm looking at it like the whole day, like before they cut it, I was like, oh, we're gonna destroy it.
Did you do the like save the top or whatever it is, the custom thing? No, just
no. He's not a big dessert person anyway, so I would have been stuck with it. And everyone who's done it, at least like a lot of the people who's done it that I've known, they're like, it didn't even taste good. So I was like, but
purpose is it for it to taste good? I think it's just for what is it for? Good? Is it for good luck or something?
Yeah. Our top layer was gingerbread though, and a lot of people wanted to try it, and I was like, well, I can't just hoard the gingerbread.
It was good. It was good cake.
Yeah,
Was
I did
done by Disney, or did you guys special order that from somewhere else?
So that is the one thing, like they will not let you go outside for any type of food. So like you can't have any outside food vendors. That includes cake. His sister-in-law and my sister-in-law and her boyfriend, they like do cakes like professionally. And so we were going to have them do it, but Disney wouldn't let us. So what we did was they designed the cake. So they did a draw up of what I wanted because I had a really hard time explaining it. So they did a draw up of what I wanted. And then my brother-in-law went to Trader Joe's with my husband and bought a bunch of flowers. And then he placed the fresh flowers on the cake with Jeanne Claire. She's in some of the pictures helping put the flowers on the cake. Mm-hmm. So it was cool. We still had them involved.
She pulled off the stems for him and he just placed it.
Yeah. I love that they took pictures of that. I was like, oh, good. I'm glad we have pictures of that.
Mm-hmm. And then Danielle said the magic mirror was a big hit.
The magic mirror was so much fun.
We got to take a bunch of photos. And please smash that thumbs up button if you didn't already do so. Por favor. Okay, you got another question. What's one thing, if any, you would have changed about your magical Disney wedding?
I mean, like, if we could have afforded Aurora's castle, like, that's the biggest thing for me. I would have loved to have it there. But the other issue with that is you got to have it either really early, like at the crack of dawn before the park opens, or you got to have it after the park closes.
How much is that to have that?
I don't know. I didn't ask. But I can't imagine I know it's much more than, like, the hotels. Because we did kind of look at like a Main Street wedding, just me and my mom out of curiosity, and the venue fee was like monstrous compared to like a hotel. Mm-hmm. So, and also like we didn't know how many people were coming. Well, because originally we had a guest count of 80 people, and so we were like, oh God, like there's no way, like there's just no way we're gonna be able to afford 80 people in this Main Street wedding. Because with the Main Street one, you could see the castle in the back, so that was my thought. But yeah, and also I don't think it would have been rough having to have people there at like 6 a.m. So, yeah, but I would have loved it.
It was rough trying to get there at 9.
Oh, I know. Well, you guys got there at 8 because you were setting up.
Yeah.
I was delusional. I wouldn't be. You see me when I just get up. I'm not even alive first time I get up.
People are talking to her in the morning because I think I got up at 5 or 5:30, something like that. And then you got up like an hour after me. Mm-hmm. And like Christina is talking to her and she's like, I don't know what to say. Like
I'm looking at her like
she's like,
I don't know how to answer.
Erika's not a morning person, people.
Yeah.
I'm not either, but I had we had to be in our room to get ready at 4, but I had so much like adrenaline and anxiety going through my like system that I was like, what time is it? What day is it? I don't really know. I'm just people are doing my hair and putting makeup on me and we're just gonna keep it rolling.
Probably wouldn't have been able to sleep.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh.
Well, okay. Yeah, so no. Well I did, but so we had my bachelorette the day before. So we did like a princess breakfast at Napa Rose. And then we had the rehearsal at 2:30. And then right after that, me and all my bridesmaids went into the park. And so we were there till almost 10. And then we come back to the hotel. The poor kids, but my flower girls were exhausted.
Oh.
But they were like, no, we want to stay in the park. So it's like there's a picture of one of them, the younger one. She's like getting her hair done by my hairstylist. And she's like, like trying not to fall asleep. But yeah, we were in the park till 10 o'clock. And then when they got back, my sister-in-law, their mom, she was like doing their hair and stuff, like putting it in the curlers, and we're all just like, and then it was actually really funny. I have a random alarm in my phone and I can't figure out which one it is, but it's for some reason set to Anaconda as the alarm. So at like 3 a.m, you just hear, what, Anaconda? So everybody's like, what?
That's funny.
Imagine just being woken up at like out of a dead sleep at 3 a.m. to Anaconda by Nicki Minaj.
Gosh,
That's how my wedding day started.
Do you want to know what's funny? I'm married, but I don't know why I always have dreams of like being late, like missing my wedding.
I had those.
Like I have those dreams constantly, and I don't know why. I'm like, I'm married. I'm not having a wedding. Why do I dream about missing my wedding? Or like missing an airplane going to my wedding or something. It's the strangest thing. I don't know why. So another question I have, that's kind of like you kind of explained it, but like, so how do you take the steps to like get a Disney wedding? And then like how is that process? Like, are you communicating with a specific person? Are they the one taking care of who so you tell them and then they do it and then you just pay them, and like how does that all work?
So let's see. So we started planning in like early July when we moved, because I had like nothing to do all day because I wasn't working right when we moved.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is you like submit like a form kind of thing, just that you're interested in having a wedding there. And then a coordinator, I think is what they're called, will reach out to you. So her name was Michelle. And so we went over basics of like what I want, and it can change. Like you could tell your coordinator you want one thing, and by the time you're done planning, it might be something totally different. So it's like not like anything set in stone from the beginning. You'll sign a contract, but if you change things, they just make addendums to your contract. So you can take things off, you can add things on, like it's nothing like super serious. You have up until literally a week before to finalize everything. So like I could have removed the magic mirror a week before. I could have like added 20 guests, taken away 20 guests, like as long as you're within that week before, like that's how long you have to do things, which I actually think is pretty good, because I think a lot of venues make you finalize way before a week. So you start with your coordinator, and like she called me, and so it was like me, my mom, my maid of honor, and then my husband all on the phone with her. And in the beginning, I was only going to do a reception. I wasn't going to do a ceremony because we were all like freaking out about the money. Mm-hmm. And we were going to do a ceremony. Well, I wasn't going to have a ceremony at all because I was like, I have anxiety and people are going to look at me. So I was like, we're just not going to do a ceremony. And then she's like, okay, so reception only, Grand Californian, and you want a buffet. And that was kind of like the basic, like, okay, so here's your package if you do that. So you sign that, and then about 9 months out, you start talking to your planner. So you get assigned a planner, and for me that was Selina, and she had like about a 2-hour long meeting with us about like everything we wanted. And so we were still like, only reception, we want a Sleeping Beauty wedding, like just asked a lot of questions about like what would decor cost, what are our options, like what does Mickey and Minnie cost, what does the coach cost, what is blah, 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 blah. So by the end of that conversation, we were like, okay, reception, buffet, Mickey and Minnie, magic mirror. And then I had like a crisis about a week later. I was up at like 3 a.m, and I'm like, I'm going to regret this for the rest of my life if I do not have my ceremony there. Like because like Yadi had talked to me about it, and she's like, I don't know, Kaitlyn, that's a really big part of your wedding, and you know, all this stuff. And I was like, well, we were going to do it in Arizona. And then I was trying to plan something in Arizona, but my husband was like, no, this is too much money, or this won't work. And then I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. And I was like working full time and in grad school. And I was like, you don't like anything I'm picking, I'm over this. And I was like, I'm not doing this. So then I sent her an email at like 3 a.m. and didn't say anything to my husband or my mom. I was like, hey, I just want to discuss the option of a ceremony. And so of course, my husband and my mom wake up in the morning and they're like, what is going on? It's like SpongeBob when his brain is on fire, you know, everybody's like panicking. And I'm like, guys, I didn't solidify anything. Like, if you tell me no, it's fine. Like, I'm not, I just wanted to talk to her. So we end up finally discussing like the ceremony thing. And then I start reading more about the coach, and I'm like, what sold me on that was you get a ride afterwards. Like right after your ceremony, you just get in the ride, get in the coach, they take you on a ride, and nobody can bother you. And like that was a really big deal to me, because I was like, cool, we can have that moment. And that's kind of what sold me on it, because I was like, okay, well then we have like an actual like thing associated with it other than it just me taking me there. So we sit down and we all talk about that. We all were just like panicking a little bit because my mom was like, okay, this went from like $20,000 to 50. And so we decided we were going to split it, and we are very fortunate to where we were able to pay for it all in cash. Not in cash, like, but like we don't have any debt from it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a chaotic process. So we finally finalized all those details in like, I want to say like, no, because we started planning a year and a half out. So I think I got my planner like 10 or almost a year in advance. I'm not sure. But you don't get your planner right away. Like there's like a kind of interim period where you're just kind of like twiddling your thumbs, like, what do I do with my life? Because you can't talk to a planner yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a whole thing, like throughout the whole, like you can be adding and changing and whatever. It's very like, you got to think of it like a la carte. Like there's no package. It's like pick your venue, pick the add-ons you want, like the entertainment, DJs, whatever, and like we'll give you a price. So that's basically how it goes. And then they just, anytime you add something or take something away, they send you a new contract and you sign it. And then you have like down payments, and then like the remainder of it is due like the week before the wedding.
So I know everyone has the question of cost. So you've told us before, but I'll let, if you want to like explain how you did with cost and like what everything cost, or if you want to just give a big lump of what everything costs altogether, like if you can do that.
Yeah. So I included like my overall budget included my bachelorette, and that wasn't super cheap because I paid for most of it. I just knew that the way I was going to get the bachelorette I wanted was paying for most of it. And that's like no shade on my bridesmaids. It's just that like what I wanted was expensive. I wanted to do like $100 breakfast and go into the park. So like it is what it is. So they paid for like their tickets, but I paid for the hotel and the breakfast. So like when you encompass my bachelorette,
And I wish I was your bridesmaid.
Yeah. when you encompass my bachelorette and like our outfits and stuff, it totaled out at $51,000. Mm-hmm. We paid Disney themselves $36,000, which honestly is not much higher than the average in this country, which is actually kind of crazy to me. Like the average people spend, I guess, is $30,000. Mm-hmm. So they're not as expensive as people make them out to be. Mm-hmm. It's not, don't get me wrong, it's not like a small amount of money by any stretch of the imagination, but like I know couples that have paid way more than that for a local wedding, and I'm like, man, if I can do it at Disney, then that's what we're gonna do. So my venue, I'm trying to look at this because my mom had to break it down because I was like, my brain don't do that.
Yeah, would love the breakdown of like if you could, like, what is the cost of your ceremony? What was I know you told us price. I don't even remember what you said the price was for your carriage and like your buffet. And I know you said you were short at one point because people were not showing up. So that's why you got to throw in the open bar, and there was a whole bunch of stuff. And I had a boyfriend at your wedding because that person didn't show up. Like,
yeah. So, yeah. So, the way it works, like just as a preface to like the under minimum thing. So you'll have like for your reception, for ceremony venues, it's not this way because you're not typically eating at a ceremony. So your reception venue is going to have a food and beverage minimum. So for the Trillium room, I had to spend minimum $15,000 on food, which included my cake. So that included the open bar, cake, and buffet. And then like toasting, like if you do like champagne or sparkling, whatever. So the venue fee for the Trillium room was $2,600, but I had to pay a minimum of $15,000 for food and beverage. So like keep in mind this stuff has gone up because the contracts have changed. So like if you've already finalized something prior to them bumping it up, then your price isn't going up. But now I think the venue fees are like, I can't remember if it was, I just saw it in a Facebook group, but I know they've increased. So this is less than what it is now. So just keep that in mind. The Rose Court Garden was $2,400 for the venue, and that was my ceremony. But there is a ceremony fee. So you got to be careful when you're reading your contracts. Like, they will hit you with fees. So there's a $5,000 ceremony fee. So my ceremony did not cost me $2,400. It costed me $7,400, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Did that include like chairs and the person?
So,
what are they called?
The officiant? No.
Yeah.
The officiant, she is, so there's no like Disney officiants, but they have a list of recommended vendors. And so I found her through that. And I can talk about that after. But yeah, so like when you get the ceremony venue, what's included is like, so for the Rose Cart Garden, there's like the gazebo, and then they'll set however many chairs for however many guests you have. So it'll come with chairs and like the space. That's any like decorations you want to add. That's another, like, so if you tell Disney, oh, I want floral and decor for this, then that's another fee that they'll discuss with you depending on what you want. And then you need a DJ, right? Because you need either a DJ or a pianist or a harpist or, you know, whatever type of entertainment you have. Like, that's separate too. So, but that's kind of common practice for any venue, unless they're a venue that offers packages and they're like, we'll include all this. Yeah. For the entertainment, my reception, was that a fee? Oh, this is a total. Okay. So I got confused. Okay. Reception catering, we ended up totaling out at $17,000. So that was all of our food. So the open bar, the buffet, the cake. Our buffet was like just under $200 per person. And then we put $500 in our bar for like sodas, juices, for like, because we had a few kids there. And then I think it was $1,700 for alcohol. But we actually ended up getting $900 back because it wasn't used up. So I was pretty shocked actually, because I'm like, man, did the alcohol just not cost that much? Like, that doesn't sound right for Disney, but that's neither here nor there. I'm like, I'll take the money back. And then we paid $100 each for our dressing rooms. So he had a dressing room in the Grand Californian, and I had a dressing room at the Disneyland Hotel. And they also included, I didn't think about this, so you can't bring outside food. So if you're getting ready in a Disney like dressing room, you cannot bring outside food. No Starbucks, no McDonald's, nothing. So I was kind of like bitter because I was like, I can't have Starbucks the morning of my wedding. But meanwhile, like we go to Napa Rose, which is in the same hotel that I can't bring my Starbucks into my get ready suite. And there's people at their Napa Rose breakfast drinking Starbucks, and I'm like, why can't I have Starbucks? But so you can't bring in any outside food. If they catch you with it, they'll charge you $400.
What?
So yeah. So we got like food for the getting ready rooms, and I'm sure that's why they want you to pay for like the little breakfast and the drinks and stuff that you get. So we paid like, I want to say like $200 for another $200 for each room, and like breakfast and like coffee and tea and that kind of stuff for each room. And like that we were kind of frustrated with because it wasn't a lot, to be honest. It wasn't a lot of food, and like we got a lot of like beverages, but like the food ran out pretty quick, especially like because my room had, I think we had 13 people in there. And his room had pretty close because it was his dad and all his groomsmen. So we were just kind of like, okay, but it counted towards our food and beverage. So like that helped us. The cake, which also counted towards our food and beverage, was $2,900. Would I have spent that much on a cake? Normally, absolutely not. But they were like, hey, your minimum isn't met yet. And I'm like, yeah, throw a castle on there. Give me fondant. I don't care. Like, just get me to hit that minimum.
Fart some pixie dust on that. I almost said a female dog.
Yeah. So
fart some pixie dust on this bitch. It's my channel. Why can't I say it?
So I had like a 3-tier cake. It was pink and blue. You'll see pictures when I pull them up, but it was a beautiful cake. Would I have paid that much money for it under any other circumstance? Probably not. But you know, it is what it is. So that's like that. And then so the entertainment total was $6,000. And so what falls under the entertainment is the Magic Mirror, Mickey and Minnie, my DJ, and the coach. So the coach when I got it was 4,000. I don't know if it went up.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I looked at it, I was like, $4,000 for me to arrive in a Cinderella coach. And then when I'm reading about like the ride and everything, I was like, oh, those jerks. Like that's how they reeled me in. And it was really like, it honestly, it felt great to roll up in a princess carriage. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, so that I kind of underestimated how great that part of it was. Like, I thought that was really good. Like, so one of my cousins, like, she was like, her daughter was there and she's obsessed with princesses. And she's like, when you rolled up, she was like, Mommy, princess. And I was like, but so.
And the pictures by it.
Yes. The pictures. Oh man. That coach. I loved that coach.
Where did they take you after for the ride?
So, if you're like, so you know where like the little Disney Vacation Club office is, like over by the, I think is it by the Disneyland? Yeah, it's by the Disneyland Hotel. They'll like take you over there and they do a few laps and you just kind of like have that time to decompress. So I was like, we were literally just riding in the coach, like talking about like everything because we were like, oh my God, it was really funny. We got in the coach and we were like, I'm so glad that's over. Like, it was beautiful. We loved our ceremony, but it's like there was all this stress, you know, like leading up to it. And so when it was over and we were finally in that coach, we were like, oh my God, I can breathe. So yeah, and the cast members that work with the coach are the sweetest human beings I've ever seen in my life, and they deserve the world. Like, they are so cute. Like, so the footman, he was like super impressed with my brother, I guess, because my brother was like, oh, it's nice to meet you, and I'm the ring bearer or whatever. And he comes up to me, he's like, your brother has such good manners, like, you just don't see that anymore these days. It was so cute. And then I was like kind of having a panic attack because I was realizing how many people were going to look at me because all these guests are coming out of the Disneyland Hotel getting ready to go to the park, and they're like, oh my God, you know, because they see me in this coach, and I'm just like, you know. So I'm like hyperventilating. And one of the footmen was like, it's okay, like, we're here, we're not gonna let you fall out of the coach, like, you're gonna ride up there, you're gonna look beautiful, you're gonna have the best day ever. They were so sweet. Like, it makes me cry sometimes just thinking about it because they were just so nice. Yeah, my mom made this.
This is what Kaitlyn's mother made every single person.
Gorgeous.
Wow, that's so pretty.
They are.
We're able to have it displayed.
Personalized.
It's displayed right in my display.
Yeah. So they were, and then there was another cast member that she was just kind of there to help me get out of the coach. And she was so funny. She was like trying to calm me down. She's like, here's some water. She's like, I got you. You're okay. Like, nothing's gonna happen. We're good. And then she's like, you know, your dress is bigger than Mariah Carey's. And I was like, what? Really? And she's like, yeah, she was a hot mess. And I'm thinking she's joking. And so I look it up after my wedding. I'm like, oh no, she really did help Mariah Carey with her wedding. That's crazy. I was like, I've never been compared to Mariah Carey before. I was like, that was a moment in my life.
That wedding was iconic. And your dress was iconic. Everything was iconic.
It was amazing.
Everything was like perfection.
And I will never forget it. Like, I swear to you, that's gonna be my last memories. Like, I'm gonna be a dementia patient. Like, where's my coach? Like,
you know, you had your footsman, and I know when you did. I remember for you when you didn't like have a ring bearer. You had the footsman bring your ring, and they did, and then they brought your rings out. Like, is that part of the package of the carriage?
That's part of the coach. So there is like an add-on involving him where he can do a whole like it's usually for like brides and grooms that are really anxious, and so he can do like a little like act where he like trips and pretends to drop the rings and stuff and like makes everybody laugh. But that was like an extra like $1,500, and I was like, I was like,
an accident? Excuse me.
I was like, as cute and fun as that sounds, like,
you know what?
I'm
If you
not
would have
that
told
rich.
me this beforehand, I would have stuck my foot out in the aisle making trip.
Oh no. So yeah, my brother was the ring bearer, but what we did was he walked up and handed it to my brother, and then my brother handed it to us. So he like presented it in the shoe to my brother, and then my brother had like a ring box that Stephanie actually gave me, and it's a Beauty and the Beast ring box. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was iconic. I swear, the whole wedding was like gasps.
I
Because
know,
you
and
go
I
up in
didn't
the
hear,
carriage.
hear any of them. I'm so upset. I'm just kidding. But yeah, everybody was telling me that, and I was like, well, because I walked down the aisle to Dos Oruguitas from Encanto, and I feel like I should have heard people gasp because I was in the realm, but they were telling me that like, oh yeah, that music started playing, and
Yo went,
I was like, yeah.
my God.
So yeah. I do love that song, and I like how it's about them being friends before and them growing together and stuff, and that's why it reminds me of me and him, but also that song makes him cry.
Oh my gosh. So
you chose it to make sure he would cry when he sees you.
Did he cry? I was not looking at Brian. I'm sorry. I was busy looking at you. Did he cry?
He started to, and you can actually see some of the like tear lines because the photos are so clear on his face. But once I started crying, he was like, "Oh crap, I can't cry because she's gonna cry more." So he got himself together.
Right.
I was crying the whole ceremony. It was pretty funny actually. My poor officiant was like, "Here, handing me tissues."
Oh my gosh. So I watched a Disney wedding where someone got like a 6, what are they called? Like those orchestras, like it's like 6 people.
Oh, 6 string.
Yeah, 6-string orchestra. So for their wedding, they had a 6-string, and they played like a classical version of the Marvel song. You know, like the intro for Marvel song.
Yes. Yes.
Freaking beautiful. Like that made me cry, and I could care less about Marvel, but it was so
here was my actual vision, but we didn't hire a pianist, and so we didn't do it. So what I wanted, but I didn't do because I didn't want to make my DJ like have to make a mix for it. I wanted, so remember how I told you how each bridesmaid picked a princess? Mm-hmm. So I wanted when Cynthia walked down the aisle with her groomsmen, it was going to be Tale as Old as Time. And then it was going to fade into like You Can Fly from Peter Pan for Tinkerbell. And then it was going to fade into A Whole New World for Jasmine. And then it was going to fade into Colors of the Wind for Pocahontas. And then it was going to fade into what I did play, which was At Last I See the Light for Tangled. Mm-hmm. So they were going to like flow out and in it. So all the princesses would be happening when they were walking down the aisle. But I decided at the last second not to ask my DJ to do it because I didn't know how it was going to work with him. So they all walked down to At Last I See the Light. But I actually ended up really liking that because it has a lot of good crescendos in it. And the song is just beautiful. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I wanted a pianist, but it was not going to be cheap. And I was like, I could hire a pianist and a DJ, or I could just hire a DJ. So that was the other thing that fell under entertainment. So my DJ wasn't that bad. We paid like $1,100 or something like that. And he is a Disney DJ. He was amazing. I loved him. Bilingual. Kept the energy level up. I actually picked him because he DJs New Year's Eve at Disneyland normally. And I was there one year for him. And I remember, the most I remember is like the DJ and how fun the party was. So I was like, oh, I want this man. Thank you. And luckily I got him. And then Mickey and Minnie also fell under that. Yes, DJ Juan Castro.
If you're looking for a DJ, get him.
And he also DJs like non-Disney weddings. He DJs weddings in California. So if you're having a wedding, he's amazing. And so Mickey and Minnie, you have 2 options. You can, hi Emily, you can have them cut the cake with you, and you can have them be there for a meet and greet for 45 minutes. And the meet and greet for 45 minutes was $25, I think, like $2,500, something like that. And the cake cutting was like almost the same price. And the cake cutting's literally like 20 seconds. You know what I mean?
Literally.
So I was like, you know what? They don't need to cut the cake with me. They can just
cut. You know what I'm telling you? If you told us these details, I would have just been like, hey, come on. They're cutting the cake. Come.
Come with me.
Yes.
So they apparently, I thought everybody knew they were coming, but not everybody knew. So when they came in, everybody was like, oh my God, like everybody was so excited.
Oh
so they
boy.
Yeah.
Me and Erika were not in the room, but we were going to them, and we saw them about to go in, and me and Erika in heels running in the hallways, trying to get there before they came in. We made it just in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very funny.
But
Yeah,
we didn't know that they were coming.
We didn't know, but we're like,
No.
Mickey and Minnie's coming, run!
they well, and that's the other thing. So if you have Mickey and Minnie come, they're only gonna play Mickey and Minnie friendly music. So the DJ will be given a playlist for like when they show up to play, because they can't play like. Could you imagine Mickey and Minnie show up and like WAP is playing? Like that'd be not a good look. So like, so they'll play like a certain soundtrack while they're there. But they come and they take a picture with every table. People can line up and like you can get as many pictures as you want with them. The cast members are super like chill about it. They're not like trying to rush people through. They will like put the bride and the groom first. So like if you want a picture and the bride and the groom are like trying to do something, they're gonna be like, you're gonna have to wait, sir. But like, so like they did pictures with me and my husband first, and then we did tables, and then like before they left, they were like, hey, do you want any more pictures? So like they make sure that you get everything you want. Sorry if you already answered this. Was Minnie and Mickey extra? Oh no, they're extra. I wish. Yeah, so they were about $2,500 to have them there for 45 minutes. So
I want that kind of hourly wage.
yeah. Yeah. So
I want that stupid money.
yeah. So yeah, and the other thing is they're limited on characters like that you can pick. So like your options are Disney World has Donald and Daisy. Disneyland doesn't, which is kind of sad because I think Donald and Daisy would be really fun. But you have your options are Mickey and Minnie, Pluto, Goofy, or Chip and Dale. And you could mix and match them, I think, but typically you pick whichever pair or whatever.
It would be a very random mix if it was Minnie and Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's that Disney magic though. So yeah, it's you can if I could have had anyone there, that's what I should have said. I would have loved to have Aurora and Maleficent show up, but that was not an option, unfortunately. So
we would have dressed like that for you.
Yeah.
I literally, that's the funniest thing of all this. Like the whole time I was there, I did not see Aurora once. And I was like, how am I supposed to show Aurora my wedding pictures if I can't find her?
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get to see her the whole time we were there, which kind of sad. But I mean, we'll be next time we're in the park. I'm gonna be like, hey, look at my wedding pictures that you probably don't care about, but just like.
She's like, no, and in her mind, I don't give a fuck.
Like these damn Disney adults. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of so the magic mirror. The magic mirror was just a little over $1,000. We almost didn't do that. I'm so glad we did because everyone loved it. So the vendor will send, like, they sent me like an email and they were like, hey, like, you're gonna design a little template. And I can show those when we go through pictures too. So I designed a template that had like our names and like the little Cinderella coach and a castle and then the date of the wedding. And they show up with like a table full of props. Like they had like Mickey gloves and crowns and ears and just like everything, like sunglasses and stuff. And people were using that thing like all the kids loved it. The kids were over there like
Kids meaning Elisa.
So yeah, everybody was taking pictures. It was super fun. There's like one big group picture we have of like me and all the like Loungefly besties and my husband, and like the photographers actually got a picture of that too, which I was like, thank God, because you couldn't see us all in the photo booth.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Close to the mirror for when we should have sat all the way back.
I know, we were too close. we were having a time, you know. It is what it is. So yeah, that's kind of how like the breakdown is cost wise. Like if you guys, I mean, I love talking about this stuff. So like if you have other questions, like you can message me like in terms of numbers for like a more detailed breakdown, because I'm just looking at the like overview that my mom has. All the rest of the money was like my dress, my shoes, his outfit, his like just like decor costs, like because we did buy our own decor, travel costs, hotels, like the Bachelorette. So like obviously that all kind of added up. Because that's the other thing to think about. Like you're not like you're paying for the Disney wedding, but like you're obviously gonna buy like your dress and like your husband's clothes, and that's up to you. So
just show up naked. Just kidding.
no, you're gonna get banned from Disney, my dude.
I was like, Disney, you took all my budget and I have no clothes to wear. I'm so sorry.
One of the things I did, because I stayed with my bridesmaids the night of my bachelorette, and then we had a free night. And so that's the other thing. If you have a Disney wedding, you can pick, like, if you want to, like, usually it's the hotel you have the wedding in or reception or ceremony in, but I think you can pick a room from a different hotel if you really wanted to. But you get a free night in, like, I could have had a free night at the Disneyland Hotel or the Grand Californian because I had a ceremony and a reception at both. So we had a free night at the Grand Californian, and then after that, we were just sharing a room with my parents to stay like in the park for a few days. And so I left my suitcase of like all my clothes in my parents' room. And so I'm like walking around the Grand Californian in this like big Sleeping Beauty ball gown, and everybody's like, oh my God, and security's like, you can't do that. And I'm like, I don't have a choice. I don't know what to tell you. So they like checked us in. Like he thought, he wasn't sure where we had come from, the security officers, and he's like, oh, are you a photographer to my husband? And we're like, because he had already changed because he was smart and brought an overnight bag. I didn't have an overnight bag. So my husband's like, no, I just got married to her. I changed. And then he's like, oh my gosh, you're the wedding. He's like, I am so sorry. We're like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. So we went and checked in. And
like, Princess Aurora coming through. Let me go to my castle.
Oh God, it was so, I was like, I had to walk into the check-in area like, excuse me, sorry. And everybody's just like, so yeah, it was kind of a spectacle. And then like, so I'm just sitting in the hotel room waiting for my parents to bring me my clothes and my dress, like. So
I would have just took the dress off and just laid in my underwear waiting.
Right?
I was like, you know what? I might as well wear this as long as humanly possible at this point. So I was just sitting there like, okay, so I need my leggings. So yeah, that was interesting.
He should have taken a picture of you like sitting on the bed.
I know.
Eating a burger or something.
Oh my God, I know.
You know, like,
I didn't even think of that. Well, I was like, man, I wish he took a video of me just walking around the hotel like that.
Jumping on the bed with your dress.
yeah.
And eating churros and.
So, question. So you couldn't take your, like, you're already dressed. You couldn't go inside the park and take pictures?
That's like cosplaying like a princess. You can't dress
that, and wedding attire in general, they will not let you in because they want you to pay the photography prices. So that's the other thing.
Okay.
I feel like Aurora in Disneyland is a rare sighting. It's actually, that's true. Cassie was just saying like finding Aurora is hard, and it is. Like I have to stalk her every time I go. Don't judge me. So yeah, you cannot wear any wedding attire in there. The reason I didn't do a castle photo shoot, because trust me, I wanted to with every little fiber of my heart. They wanted $5,000 just to take photos in front of the castle before you even pay for your photographer to be there. And I was like, Cinderella coach, pictures, so like,
yeah.
So I kind of just like had to sacrifice that. I was really sad about that in the beginning because that's what I was really excited for, was castle pictures. But when I really sat down and thought about it, it's the same thing where you have to be in the park either before they open or after they close. So I would have had to pay for hair and makeup twice, because you go, like, you get up to get ready for like the photo shoot at like 2 a.m. if you do that, and then like someone's gonna have to like redo my makeup after that for my wedding because it's not gonna be like the way it looks. It's not gonna be fresh anymore. So I was like, I would have had to pay for the photos, for hair and makeup twice, and it was just like, it was not, yeah, it would have been a lot. So but yeah, they won't let you go in wedding attire, which really sucks, but I wish. Because my plan was, I was like, well, what if we just go in and like do the photo pass pictures? And they were like, no. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because they do have the option where you could, well, obviously not with the wedding, but I've
Yeah.
seen that they have the option that you could have the photographer for like 30
Mhm.
minutes or 15 minutes, and you could get that picture by the castle.
Yeah, and that's
And it was like couple, maybe 100 or 200, I think. So
yeah, and we were gonna do that actually, but what I did was I found like I don't know, you know those like fluffy like long sleeve dresses from Amazon. So I found one that's the same color as my wedding dress,
mm-hmm.
and so I was gonna wear that, and then he was
own
gonna
it too.
That'll be really cute.
yeah, he was gonna wear like a black button up shirt and then like his bow tie or something. And we were gonna do pictures that way. But then when I went to reserve it, it was like gone. Like you can't reserve them anymore, which is really weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then so we were like, fine, we'll just do it like when we're in the park. But it got down to like the last couple days we were in the park, and I was like, I really just want to ride rides. Like I don't want to waste time taking pictures. I'm like, I'm gonna have a billion pictures. So I ended up not doing it, but we still could at another time, I think, because I still have the outfit and stuff. But yeah, I was like, man. But yeah, I was like shooketh when I was like looking at the photography packages. I was like, Jesus. I'm like, Sleeping Beauty is like killing my wallet, bro. She can't keep doing this to me.
Oh, we lost Sue. I just realized.
That's a good idea.
Do that for your 1 year.
Yeah.
That would be everything.
Yeah.
And maybe Aurora will be there this time.
Maybe that would be excellent. I'd be like, hey, buddy, there you are. Yeah, she was.
Buddy, where you been hiding? In your castle?
I don't know what the heck.
She's by the wishing well. That's where I always find her.
Yeah, that's where I normally run into her too. If I see her out. There was one time it was her too. I was like at the beginning of Main Street, and I was with my friends, and I like saw a flash of pink out of my peripheral, like all the way at the wishing well. And I was like, I grabbed my friend's arm. I'm like, that's Aurora. She's like, you're crazy. There's no way you saw Aurora all the way over there. I'm like, that's Aurora. So we start walking, and she was there. I saw her all the way from
very unflattering photo of Aurora I got.
That's
she
why
was she was right by the castle where I found her and stalked her also.
I saw Aurora like all the way from Main Street at the wishing well because I'm that psychotic. But yeah, I didn't meet her for the first time until I was like 16 because I would see her in the parades all the time, but yeah, I don't know why she's not out as often as the other princesses because like
I think I met her at the Napa Rose also because when we did the princess
normally there.
Yeah.
When I went to the princess breakfast at Napa Rose, we saw Aurora there. So it's funny, you wanted to see Aurora and I wanted to see Tiana, and Tiana wasn't there. So
I saw Tiana.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't get them all. It's like I was like, we didn't need Pocahontas. Like, give me Tiana.
Gotta get them all.
Napa Rose is where you should go.
I loved that. That breakfast was amazing. It was so worth every penny, honestly. And my flower girls, like how excited they got, it just like made my day. Like,
and they gave them like a necklace and all kinds of stuff. Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
When I met Ariel, I held tears so bad. I don't know why.
I almost cry every time I talk to Aurora. I can't help it.
I'm such a baby. Such a baby.
My sister-in-law cried when she met Pocahontas. I don't blame her. Yeah, because she's never met Pocahontas before, and she's her favorite.
You know what's funny? Because we had Pocahontas. Pocahontas was funny, but she's more serious. Yeah. She's not like as animated. You know what I'm saying? She's more like serious.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
But she threw in like snood jokes because she's like, I don't understand sarcasm.
Oh.
Like said like that. And I was like, okay.
The one I had was like super friendly. I wonder if it's a different Pocahontas. I don't know.
I feel like you showed her picture. Did you record her?
Mm-hmm. I did because my sister-in-law was crying.
I'm gonna show you a picture of her because I think it was the same person.
Really, she was really chill. She was funny. She was like, oh, because she like they were just asking what we were there for, and I was like, oh, it's my bachelorette, you know. And then they were like, oh, does your husband? She was like, does your husband like canoeing? And I'm like, actually, he loves the canoes here. And she's like, oh, well, that's good. That means he's willing to learn skills. And that was really funny.
Let me see if I have her picture. See, here's me with Aurora at the breakfast.
Oh, I love her so much.
Oh, here's Pocahontas. This is Pocahontas. I feel like she looks like the one you went to.
I can't tell.
Get a good look at her.
I'm getting flashbacks from the frog.
Stephen!
Like,
Take a look at me now.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty much the breakdown. I mean I can
I
share
have
my
a different
Yes.
Pocahontas. Let me see.
Oh yeah, you're different
so
Pocahontas.
cute.
Yes.
Aw.
My Pocahontas kind of gave Filipino vibes. Maybe even a little bit Hispanic vibes.
Let me see.
Oh,
Aw. I
so,
love that.
so cute. How do you do that thing where you share photos? I don't know how you do that.
Oh, share. Oh, so I'll just click present. Let's see.
Okay.
And it'll probably
what
ask you. It might ask you to like
Oh,
accept
add
it.
to stream. Okay.
Okay. So let's start from the beginning.
Yes.
So oh, is this even the right what? Oh, it's in a different order. This will be fun. Okay. So these these are the pictures that we took before the ceremony. These are my flower girls. Their dresses are actually from Amazon and they're gorgeous. They've got like butterflies going down the train. If there's a better picture, I might show. Oh, okay, you can kind of see it now. So yeah. Then we have the coach in the back. They wore tiaras, and so my mom, she was like, well, do you want like the other little girls to wear tiaras? I'm like, children can wear tiaras. If a grown adult shows up to my wedding in a tiara, then we're gonna have a problem. And this is just them reacting to the coach. So they had me kind of set up already. And then my bridesmaids came out and were like, oh my God, like they knew it was going to happen, but they were just like, wow, that's still crazy that there's a horse. So this one, my flower girl, Alex, she was like screaming. She was like, ow! She was so excited. They were just living their best lives. They were just so happy to be there, which made me happy. I was like,
yeah. So pretty.
So yeah, there's a lot of like these living my best little Aurora wannabe life.
You was for reals that day.
That's my dad, and we did a first look, and he cried, and I was like, please don't mess up my makeup, make me cry right now. It was him and my brother, and this is my mom.
You look just like her.
I know, like some of these pictures, I'm like, she looks better than me, and that's just not fair.
No, that's not true.
This is my sister-in-law, and she had our first niece, and yeah, I think there's some pictures of her coming up too, but that's my other sister-in-law.
She's a really good dancer.
Oh, I know. Yeah, she's a hip-hop dancer. She used to dance for like a company and like perform and stuff. So yeah, we had that. That was nice, like when I first started dating him, because we had that in common. This is Tina. She's my friend from college. She's Tinkerbell.
Cute. She should have picked a green dress.
Well, they were pink and blue.
Oh, that's
I
right.
didn't give them an option, to be fair. This is Cynthia. She chose Belle. So I think there's a detail on her necklace, and then just the way she did her hair was supposed to be reminiscent of Belle.
Cute.
So yeah, I met her when I was working as a mental health case manager. This is Janelle, who I met on YouTube. Yeah, so like we got really close, and like we video chat like all the time, and I was like, so this is like a really weird question, but like, would you want to be my bridesmaid? And she's like, what? Yes. But the reason I really wanted her to be a part of it is because she like understands the Disney infatuation, because a lot of my other bridesmaids, like, they support me, but they don't get it. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
Yeah. So I wonder if this will be a better. Oh my God. Ah! I was trying to zoom in on their dresses a little bit. So yeah, I kind of wish her pink was a little different, but I think it kind of all flowed nicely, like that their colors weren't exactly the same as the bridesmaids.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
But they had the same tiara on. So yeah, it was really fun. This is my maid of honor, Marina. I've known her since I was like 2 years old.
So
So,
cute.
like-
And you did a reel recently with her. That was so cute.
Oh yeah, so we were there. I found a picture of us playing like dress up when we were kids, and it was like we were playing wedding, and she was the maid of honor. So it was just cute. So
Oh, the sunlight coming through on that. So
I
cute.
know, it just was like in the right spot. I was like,
Right.
thank God it did not rain because it was raining the whole week. So we were a little concerned. Oh, okay, I guess not. Like, yeah, we were a little concerned. But and I was a little nervous. So I couldn't do like any trials because my hairstylist is in Arizona. And she had to like dye my extensions like right before we left. And my makeup artist is in California. So my hairstylist I've known literally since my first haircut. She's part of the family, so she was a guest. And then we also paid her. Like, I was not gonna not pay her. But so my makeup artist I knew my hairstylist was gonna do a great job because she's done my hair for all my proms and stuff. My makeup artist did. Oh, I know. And this is my grandparents. I just did like a and then my husband, we unfortunately lost his mom a couple years into our relationship, and so he has her on his like boutonniere, and then my sister-in-laws had them on their bouquets, or had
that
her
is so beautiful.
So I was like, I really hope this turns out okay. But my makeup literally lasted until like 5 o'clock when I took it off. Like, it looked fresh the whole day. I was very shocked.
It was good.
Yeah.
Good makeup.
It was funny actually because so they were setting up like decorations, and so they all were like coming into the room to drop their stuff off, and I was just like chilling in a chair right where they opened the door, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Yo.
And then Danielle started crying, so I started crying. This is
so pretty.
She helped with a lot of the decorations. She helped my mom like put everything together. This is my uncle. It was really funny actually because Danielle told me like you guys were like, oh, you should dance with us, and he was like, no, my wife's a cop, and I'm like, he's a cop. They're both retired cops. And yeah, they both helped out a lot. My uncle was kind of thinking it was ridiculous when we were planning it, but when he got there and like actually experienced the wedding, he's like, this, I see why you did this now. This is amazing. This is my brother.
So cute.
The ring bearer. He's definitely like older, but I was like, why would I trust a toddler with my wedding rings? You know what I mean? Like, I would rather have a 14-year-old in charge of them.
Right.
Right. Dude, the sun really was in the right spot. I really
killing it.
I think this is around where the first look is. Because you'll see me like yelling at my dad for crying. Not yelling, but see, we're both like crying.
You. Oh. That's so precious.
Yeah. He was, yeah. Well, I was like, is that, see, I'm like, no. He's like, I was like, is this what you were expecting? And they were like, well, we knew it would be like a big, oh yeah, see, now I'm like pointing at them.
You like, said you weren't going to be a little bitch. And there you are.
No, actually, and we're not, like, me and him are not touchy-feely at all. Like, to the point where we didn't do a father-daughter dance. Because we're just not, we're not that way. So, like, he walked me down the aisle. And my husband was like, well, I really think that my dad would like it if you did a father-daughter dance with him. Because I was like, well, I think my mom would feel really flattered if you did a mother-daughter dance or mother-son dance with her, because, you know, he lost his mom, and she's kind of like, she really has done a lot to like try to not fill the role, but like help him have that kind of like aspect in his life still. And so like, I think it really meant a lot to her, and I'm glad that we did it. And it meant a lot to his dad too. So, so my mom has her parents on her charm, on their wedding day. It's hard to see. So that's my nana and my grandpa. This is my mom fixes. So, like, look at, like, how does, like, she just got the good angle. That's not fair.
You both look stunning. What do you mean?
I know, but like, well, it's funny though.
You get it from, so you get it from her.
He thinks I look more like my dad, but like sometimes I look at pictures of her and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like we look exactly alike sometimes.
Mhm.
But yeah, this was just in the what's the Fantasyland Tower.
Mhm.
But it was really funny because so this is where she's like trying not to fall asleep. This is Leia. She is named after Princess Leia, by the way, which I thought was she's so tired. I crack up every time I see it. This is they're just steaming the dress and they're in the get ready room. And we forgot a speaker, so it was really funny. I was just
oh my gosh, is that your hairstylist?
Yes.
Her hair.
Yes.
That's all her hair.
Yes. Yeah. That's her hair.
Dang, Gina.
I know, it's crazy. She normally has it up. She had it down for the way. You know what she told me? She's like, she comes in the room, she's like, girl, I didn't sleep. And I was like, what? She's like, no, I drove down here. And I was like, I don't have time to sleep, so I just came here.
Oh my god.
Like, Lori, you're so crazy. And then they drove back the same day after the wedding. I was like, y'all are built different. Yeah. She's
not human.
She's a baddie, man. She just hustles. So yeah, this is my makeup artist doing my lipstick and stuff. But yeah, I was very impressed with the makeup. I thought it ended up really nice because I wanted it to be kind of natural and glowy and stuff. So she did a really good job with like, because I was like, there's a lot going on with like the tiara and the dress, and I'm like, I don't need anything like flashy on my face because it's just
right. It was perfect.
It was.
Yeah, my hair, I was so happy with how my hair turned out. I was really nervous it wasn't going to blend.
So did she remove it after, or did you keep it for a little bit of time, your hair?
Oh no, so they're halos. So
is it rubber bands?
Yeah, so they like I think I'm going to sew clips on them if I do decide to use them, but they're like a halo that I can take in and out whenever I want. So I still have them. Yeah. But I did that on purpose.
So when the wedding night came, did you chuck your hair halo?
Yeah, literally. Like I got back to the hotel, and like when I was sitting there in my dress, so she had to like, because obviously like you can't have two halos in, like it just doesn't work. So she bobby pinned those extensions in. So I was just pulling bobby pins out of every crevice of my head, like. Oh my god! Taking my lashes off, removing bobby pins, and I'm like, I feel like I'm removing like 6 pounds. It was funny because my friend Angel, like one of the groomsmen, I walked over him at one point. Brian was dancing with you guys, I think, and I walked over to him just to talk to him and Jesse, the best man, and Angel's like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "Everything's heavy." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "My hair is heavy, my dress is heavy."
I remember you telling us that when we were outside at the bar. You telling us, "I just feel heavy."
Yeah. This is the book that Stephanie gave me that we put the rings in.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Such a genius.
It turned out super cute. Yeah, she sent me like a bunch of wedding stuff, like when we were doing swaps, and I was like, yes, thank you.
Yes, so good.
His ring was actually like super cool. So it's got like, it's hard to see, but it's got like sapphires right here, black sapphires.
Oh.
And I really liked that detail. He picked it on his own. I like that it's got the rose gold because it matches my ring a little bit. Mm-hmm. But my Maleficent jewelry has black sapphires in it. And so yeah. So it was like cool that they tied together that way. And I wear my Maleficent stuff all the time now. But it was funny because we bought it like a month before the wedding day, and I was like, I just want to wear my jewelry. These were from Etsy, and I would have loved to wear them except for the fact that like I was so uncomfortable. Like, not that, like, I mean, I had so much in my head and so much on my face, and I was like, if I put these shoes on and have to be in pain during my ceremony, like, I'm just not gonna enjoy. I'm not gonna like be present or as present as I would like to be because I'm gonna be like, yeah. So I just wore my reception shoes, and I also was like, nobody's gonna see these things. Like, no one's going to see them under this, like, 30 pounds of dress I have. And so I used them for the shoe game and had him take some detail shots. And I'm thinking, like, maybe I can wear them for, like, an anniversary or something. Mm-hmm. But they're beautiful. Like, I'm going to display them. I mean, they're, like, so she hand-painted them. My whole outfit really was from Etsy, actually. The dress, the tiara, the shoes. The jewelry is kind of the only thing that's not. The bouquet was from Etsy. All my bouquets are from Etsy.
What? That's so crazy.
I know.
It's so pretty. We're just like this.
I know I can't see you guys, but I'm like Yeah, I'm glad everything pulled together nicely because I was worried about the different pinks a little bit, but everything ended up looking really nice together.
Yeah.
Everything popped, and they're like, oh, so pretty.
It is
Yeah,
so pretty.
I just, oh my god, I look at it and I'm like, oh my god, like that was my wedding. That's so wild.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm excited for the freaking video. I'm like, where it at?
I
Though?
know. Come on, Disney.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, so my photographer was a preferred vendor. It wasn't through Disney. They do like other weddings. So if you're interested, if you're not doing a Disney wedding, they were amazing. They were super sweet. Like they were just like so easy to like get along with. I didn't feel nervous around them. Like it was so funny that the woman that was doing my pictures, like the whole time she was like, "Yes, Kaitlyn, yes." Like it was so funny.
Come on, queen. Yes, queen.
Yeah. When she walked in and she was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like into the dressing room, she's like, "That's your dress." I was like, yeah. And she's like, "Your hair." She's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna love this wedding." It was so funny.
Yes.
She was so sweet. But yeah, it was crazy. It was just crazy. This is my officiant. So she was also a preferred vendor. This is Reverend Kaitlyn, and she is amazing. Like if you have anxiety about the ceremony and stuff, like she was very calming, and I'm sure like the people that were there probably understand what I mean. Her voice is just very soothing. Like she's just very chill. She's like, "Here's a tissue, don't freak out, just you can cry, it's okay." Like, you know, like
yes.
And she was very detailed and just made sure all the things that we wanted were in the wedding. Like she did a moment of silence and read names of all the people that weren't there due to like passing away. She did the reading that we asked for, talked us through the knot that we did. I can't remember what the name's escaping me, but it's like a verse in the Bible. He's not super religious. I do believe in God and I am Christian. And so I was like, God's got to be there somewhere, buddy. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So we just did a simple, like, 3 strands are not easily broken. A unity knot. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was like, it wasn't too long. It wasn't too short. Like she did great. But yeah, she was like, and she also, we had to pay for it, but she was able to do like our marriage license paperwork for us. So all we had to do was like, she came to our rooms in the morning and had us sign the paperwork, and then she took care of the rest of it. So that was really nice, especially because like, you know, we're trying to like do our bachelorette and do the wedding and stuff. Like having to run around California to get a marriage license is kind of like a whole other thing you got to add to everything else you got to get done. So that was really nice. Yeah. This is the rings and the.
So cute.
Yeah. We did a bubble wand exit. So we actually just bought the bubble wands and they were on clearance. And each end seat had a bubble wand. And so like the flower girls walked up with a bubble wand, because if we did petals, we could have only done fake petals and then we would have had to pick it up. So we're like, let's just give them bubble wands and then we'll do the bubble exit and stuff. And it was fun too, because everybody had them in the reception. And so in a lot of the reception pictures, the bubbles are just around. It's really cool. And then so what we did was we just had the adults that had them, because I didn't really want kids sitting on the end with them. I think that might have happened in a few places, but I was more concerned about kids like doing bubbles in the middle of the ceremony. So I wanted adults at the end, so that they would do the bubbles at the right time. And then they gave them all back to my mom, and then we handed them out to the kids at the reception. So that they could just take them home, which the kids were like super excited about. They were like, heck yeah, give me a Mickey bubble wand. My maid of honor like didn't realize she was going to walk down the aisle herself until the rehearsal, and she's like, oh god. And I'm like, you don't have to say anything, it's going to be okay. And she's like, I'm going to pass out. And I started laughing. She did great. But yeah, she was very nervous, and she was like, I feel like I'm in charge here and nobody's listening and I'm very stressed. That's very funny. But she did great. So yeah. The carriage too, like you can kind of see it, but like all the little details of all the like crystals and stuff hanging off of it. Oh, so pretty.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I was just like blown away. I mean, my mom did like an excellent job on the decoration. A lot of people were like, "Oh, we thought Disney did that," and I was like, "Well, thank you."
It was simplistic but really good.
It was kind of nice too, because it's like, you know, I mean, I think all Disney weddings are beautiful. Like, I'm in the Facebook group, and just like seeing all the different ones is like, it's really cool. But like, you can tell like all the ones that are Disney floral and decor, because they're all very like similar. And I liked how personalized mine was, because mine didn't look like, you know.
I love the photo with the bubbles.
I know, it's so fun. I got this idea from another bride in the Facebook group I'm in, and I was like, oh, that's genius, because you don't have to clean it up.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sign.
Too ham with the bubbles.
Yeah,
and it was a slippery mess, but
yeah. Yeah. The sign my mom made, we're actually gonna attach to like a wooden plank, and then it's gonna be like a sign that we have over our bed when we have a house. Because I was like, I'm obsessed with that, and I'm keeping it. I'm like, that had too much labor.
Your mom was like, no, I want to keep this for me.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any questions being asked while we're showing this.
I haven't seen anything.
Okay. I just can't see. I can see the
You're good. Nothing popped up.
Okay. So yeah,
people are just all looking at your photos.
We obviously kept the unity knot, and we're gonna hang that up at some point. We're in an apartment right now, and so like, but there's like stuff that I'm like, well, I want to have this when I do have like a house that I can decorate.
Mm-hmm. You're supposed to keep it for forever.
Forever.
For forevers.
Yeah. This is Brian's best man. And so our maid of honor. Yeah, that's his best friend. Our maid of honor and best man are actually together. And they've been together for a little over a year. And I'm just like, can you like propose? Because I need another wedding to preoccupy myself with. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to like get it together. He's like, calm down, Kaitlyn. But I did tell him he wasn't allowed to propose at my wedding, because I'm just one of those people. I was like, listen, like if you take Marina like just like right at the end of the reception, you can propose. He's like, whatever.
Oh my god. I love it when I see those TikToks where they're at a wedding and like the bride is about to throw the
it's cute.
Hands it to someone, and then they get proposed to. Like, that is so precious.
It's so cute. I'm just a gremlin, and I'm like, no, it's my day.
I probably would feel the same way, but I still just think it's so cute. Though,
it is.
I think so it's cute when other people do it, but I don't want it to happen to me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
The only person I would tolerate it for is probably my maid of honor, though.
Just tolerate it.
Yeah. No, I'd be happy later. No, she told me, she's like, I would tell him no, because I know you don't want that. I'd be like, you need to do that somewhere else. I started laughing. She's like, also, I don't want a public proposal. Like, I would be like, more
look at us. Look at me, Erika.
You said right.
Man, my mind is blown. Only now you're telling us that we were all dressed like your fairy. Oh, wow.
I just think it's funny that wasn't coordinated. Because I thought it was. It does.
How did we not realize that, though? Like,
yeah, you guys have like all the 3 fairy colors, and I was like, wait, that's great. It's wow. I was very like, I was looking at the pictures, and I'm like, wait a minute, pink, green, blue.
Yeah, we were like, that's crazy.
Oh, the
and
aisle.
You know what it took for Ajana Claire to roll down the aisle to get it flat on the floor.
I've seen the video. I've used it a couple of my TikToks, and I'm like, man, y'all were dedicated. You were like, get that aisle on the ground. They're literally on their hands and knees, like placing the thing. We had this made on Etsy. I do think it's funny though, because so I had asked my mom and she didn't do it, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. I wanted it to be K and B and Kaitlyn and Brian because it looks like Burger King.
Yeah, have it your way.
We also thought it was funny because like, so my colors are pink and blue, and so at my bridal shower it's like all these pink and blue like balloons, and we're like, is this a gender reveal or a bridal shower?
I'm dead.
It was so funny. I love this.
No one
picture.
thought
Oh, that
that.
was so pretty.
Whoever's whichever photographer had that idea, they were doing
Genius.
the thing. Yeah. And this is my dad handing me off. I was like trying not to cry.
All of us are crying though. We're all crying on the side right there.
Oh, I know. That's why I was. So Jeanna Claire was like wiping her eyes, and I was like, "Stop that!" As I'm walking down the aisle, and I was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said that." But like, she knew I was joking. But so yeah, you can kind of see when we have the closer up pictures, you'll see like the line from like where he was crying.
No.
But he said he saw me crying, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't want to keep crying because I didn't want you to cry longer." It's like, I don't know if you get like right here. There's like a line from where he was on tears. So I was like, ha!
I made you cry.
In the best way.
I didn't even have to insult you.
Dude, he still talks about I had like the meanest like but best insult ever. Not really. Well, yeah. We were at the movie theater, so it was when we first started dating.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Do you just see me as a tool on your belt, like as a joke?" And I was like, "More like a wallet in my pocket."
Ah, burn!
And he was like, "I don't even know what to say right now."
Burn!
And I was like, "Damn, that was a lot. I shouldn't have said that, but it was really funny."
It is. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell my hubby that.
Oh my god.
Cute.
Yeah, dude, they're adorable. I love them.
So
And like we were just like in Disneyland the night before. It was really funny. So the older one, Alex, she like loves TikTok, and so we were just like walking around Disneyland singing the corn songs.
corn.
Corn, because like someone got corn on the corn on the cob, so we were like, "It's corn."
A big lump of knobs. It has the juice.
It has the juice.
That's funny.
So Marina, my maid of honor, she lost her dad when we were 15, and so her dad is right there on her bouquet. And he was also on like we had an Ofrenda table that I'll show you later.
Isn't that her husband right there?
Oh no, Janelle and Angel.
The one on the left.
Oh, on the left, Janelle's boyfriend.
That's a boyfriend. Sorry.
Yeah, pretty much husband at this point. I was like,
hey, they got a picture together in here.
yeah. It was funny. So not this set, but Cynthia and this is Tina and James, known them forever. So Cynthia and the groomsman she was paired with. So like he literally has a girlfriend. It's Brian's cousin, these two. He has a girlfriend back in Arizona, and Brian's dad was like, "You should date the girl that was with you." He's like, "She's way prettier." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "You cannot say that."
T.
He comes up to me, he's like, hey, what's the bridesmaid that was paired with Rowley? What's her name? And I'm like, no, Jose, no.
And that's the guy who was decorating your cake.
Yes, this is technically he's not my brother-in-law yet, but they're gonna get married pretty soon. This is my sister-in-law, and so it's his. My flower girls are his daughters, her stepdaughter, technically. But their mom is amazing, and she was like, "Yeah, let them be at the wedding. That's cool. I don't care." So, but yeah, this is my sister-in-law and her. Technically, their boyfriend and girlfriend because they haven't had but they have their marriage license, and she's got a ring on her finger. So I'm like, these
married.
Yeah, they have a whole kid. This is my father-in-law who was trying to hook my bridesmaid up with Brian's cousin. It's just so funny. I'm like, I get it, she's hot, but like and there's Carolyn again. Yes, Jeanna Claire. She's like, let's go.
Let's get all the stuff. Let's go. It's party time.
Cassie's like, I need a nap.
Cassie's like, you better put that damn phone away.
Probably, honestly, like, because you all were like, these mofos had their phones out, did not even care. That's why, like, what Yadi did, like, because Yadi filmed a little bit at the beginning and the end. I'm like, that does not bother me. But it's like having your phone out the whole time. Like, when are you gonna watch back my wedding ceremony?
Yeah,
Come on.
she wanted to film the carriage going away.
Yeah, she did. She filmed that. She filmed like a little bit when I got out and a little bit when it left. But like that was fine. Like the photographers were nowhere near that. I was mostly concerned with like I didn't want a bunch of smartphones in my photography, and my photographers did a great job.
Me trying not to cry,
avoiding it. So they're holding the ring box. This was just before we went out and we were doing some like photo. Yeah, that one turned out really fun.
That's a cool photo.
So we did the twirly stuff. They're like, you have to look shocked. You have to be like, oh my gosh, her dress. It was like really funny the way they coached us. Like it was
twirl, queen, twirl.
Yeah, literally. My mom and I. Of course, there had to be a Loungefly in the mix. Okay, we cannot have a wedding without a Loungefly present.
Yes.
So I was like,
I just knowing that the Aurora one just came out though.
I know. I could have brought it with me and I didn't. I was just, dude, I had so much stuff I had to make sure got to Phoenix and I just was like, it is what it is at this point. But I wanted her to have that one because she, like, my wedding gift, like, she was the one that made sure I had the coach. So I was like, I bought that backpack for her and I wanted her to like wear it in a picture and stuff. And I was calling her like a fairy godmother the whole time. So she got a bunch of fairy godmother stuff. Like I had her a custom tumbler made for her and I got her a little jewelry box that was like a rose gold Cinderella coach. And her shirt said like bippity boppity mama on it. She was supposed to be at the bachelorette with us. She was at the breakfast. But she didn't go to the park because she was trying to organize all the decoration stuff. I was like, I just feel bad because you bought a ticket. You didn't get to go. But so I love these pictures. These are my favorite ones.
They're so cute. The train.
Dude, I that dress just is like, and the reason I picked their dresses is because I really wanted them to like kind of match me. So like they had the tiaras and the like the butterflies went well with the, and then I was thinking of like the Encanto aspects of everything, and I liked having the butterflies in their dress for that reason. So yeah. Well, and Encanto came out like not long before the wedding, and so I was like, oh my gosh, I want to like throw this in here somehow because I love this movie. Yeah. And like we're Hispanic, so I was like, so it was really nice to have a Spanish song too to walk down the aisle too, because there was not a lot of Spanish elements in the wedding, obviously. So
they're so precious.
They are. They're so adorable. I can't get over it. Just stop. But yeah, it was so nice that was my way that I got to really meet and bond with them for the first time. Like we just like went to Disneyland together, and I'm like, this is great. This is like the best way for me to like it doesn't matter if I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm in Disneyland. I can talk to you about Disneyland.
Yes.
So this was the dance or the fall. Yeah. So we did.
He kind of look like he's gonna kiss you.
We did "You'll Be in My Heart" from Tarzan.
I love that
part. Yeah. That was the first movie I ever saw in theaters. It was Tarzan. What is the best man's in the back? Like, I don't know what this is.
It's Celine trying to get the photo.
He's got to get that angle.
So cute.
Yeah.
Aww. Do you ever tell Brian you're looking into your future when he looked at your mom?
I don't. That disturbs me. I don't want to think about that.
That's what James tells me all the time when I see his dad.
I'd be like, please don't tell me that.
He's like, this is what, hey, his dad looks good for his age. He looks good.
Well, but no, I just think about like, because it's my mom. You know what I mean? He said, don't look at my mom like that.
Give it a couple decades. This is what I'm gonna look like.
I was like, don't look at my mom like that.
That's funny. Oh my goodness.
I was so obsessed with that cake. I love it so much.
Pretty.
The birds are so cute.
Why do I want cake now?
Because that chocolate cake looks delectable, okay?
I want me some cake.
I did get to try all 3 flavors, which I was so thankful for because I was like, I wanted to try the cake. At least, like, I was eating my cake, my gingerbread cake that I've been thinking about for months, and people are like, come dance. And I'm like, no.
Let me enjoy this cake.
So we did a shoe game because I did not want to do a garter or bouquet toss, mainly because we would have had to buy another bouquet. Because if I threw my bouquet, it would have knocked someone out, first of all. Because there was so much like jewels on it and stuff. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. So we just did a shoe game. The garter tosses, like, no judgment on anyone. I'm just like, I could, the thought of my dad sitting where he's sitting right here and just like watching Brian go up my drive, I couldn't, my anxiety couldn't take it. So I was like, okay. This is my niece and her mom. She's adorable. She's also like the first of the family, and so like she's spoiled rotten, like literally like of our generation anyway. To like, yeah, so it's pretty
right.
Yeah.
No other way to do it. They gotta be spoiled.
This is my brother-in-law and one of our groomsmen, and he's having the time of it. Juan had the best day.
A blast. Like,
oh, he's so fun. He's so fun.
Bar, dancing with everybody. Oh, he was such a blast.
The Pachicanos know how to party, okay? Like, yeah. I don't know. So, like, this is his sister right here, and with her boyfriend, and Jonah, and they were so fun. They came pretty last minute, but people, like, said no, and we were like, y'all should come. We like you. And they're like, okay, let's go. So, yeah, so this is one of the centerpieces that my friend so graciously put up for me and that my mother made. I seriously, it would have been like no decorations.
If it was change the screen to make it bigger.
I know.
Here,
I don't.
Let's do that. There we go. That's a little bit
better. I know this is like the best I can do on my end, unfortunately. Oh, I don't want this. Get out of here. Just like, it's so funny because you just see like our best man and maid of honor filming everything. But yeah, his family's really great. We would have had, I mean, more of them were invited. One of his sisters literally gave birth the day of our wedding. So like that obviously wasn't going to work out. My dance teacher gave birth like 2 days before my wedding. So that was crazy. I was like, everybody's just having babies and I'm over here trying to get married.
Hey.
So yeah, we did the shoe game. That was really fun. I was like, well, good thing I get to use these heels for something because
yeah, and the photos are just really what the photos of your shoot, like that pictures they took was so pretty.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, they did really great with the detail.
It looks so expansive. It looks bougie.
They were like a little over 200, I think. But because she hand painted it, I was like, okay, it's your art. I get it. So, so this is all of his family that was there. And I said, like, you know, bring the kids in whatever they're comfortable in. And so some of them chose to wear like princess gowns, and I thought that was adorable.
Cute.
Yeah. So, this is our head table. And like my poor mom is like covered by my dad.
I didn't realize that. Why is it so funny to me?
It's really funny. It's funny. But we had a normal picture, so it's okay. And what's funny is we had to take this picture like so many times because they took it when my mom was in the bathroom, and I was like, my mom's not here, so we had to take it.
Yeah.
I was like, my mom. So this is his dad and his stepmom. And my dad looks so mad. Look at him.
Else.
He's like, what's going on? Okay, anyway.
Took my daughter.
This is stepmother-in-law, aunt, well, step-aunt, whatever. I just call them aunts, whatever. And my uncle. And everybody thought my maid of honor was my sister all day. It was really funny. They kept like calling my sister. Oh, she does. Yeah, we look very similar.
You guys grew up together. That's why somehow.
And we had another friend growing up. His name's Cody, and he's like blonde, blue-eyed. Everybody thought we were triplets. We're like, nope. Actually, none of us are related at all. We're just white, and we all look the same.
White people have a lot of similar features.
Yes. Yeah, you know.
Look at him. Look at him like, that's my woman.
Oh, I know. This is poor Leia's finally like, she's done.
I'm tired.
She did wake up after a little bit, but yeah, she was tired. My uncle was like having the time of his life with you guys. He was just like, they're so fun.
We're a good time.
This is my wedding planner, Selina. She's great. She like had to deal with our many changes and me like having a midlife crisis at 3 a.m. about my wedding ceremony. She's great.
You probably didn't see it till the morning, so it's okay.
Yeah. Oh no. She definitely didn't.
Oh
my God, she's knocked out. She's like, bro, I was up too early.
And he's like, I just want to go.
I know.
I want something else.
She was having fun. She woke back up like probably for the last like hour or so, and she was like dancing with everybody. So my mom was like, well, I'm a little worried about people dancing because like my sweet 16, like a lot of people didn't dance, and so she was worried. And I was like, dude, his family is crazy. Like, you don't have to worry. Like, they're gonna dance. Like,
if you had a bunch of children, they're insecure about it.
Yeah, exactly. And our head table was like, yeah, it was just awkward because we were all like 16, and our like all these adults are just like sitting at a head table staring at us. So it's like,
Yep.
I'm just glad no one showed up in white. I was like waiting for that shit to happen. Because at my bridal shower, one of his cousins like showed up in a really long white jacket and a white shirt, and I was like, bro, seriously?
What?
Yeah. And I guess it's
Come
not
on.
like,
where is the brain cells?
well, but I think well, he told me that like typically like Hispanic people like they don't do bridal showers. So he was like, maybe she just didn't know. But I'm like, I don't know, man.
No.
Anything bridal, you typically don't wear white.
No. You don't show up to anything wedding related in white.
That's how I felt, but you know. So yeah, look at all that pink, blue, and green.
I can't. How did we not realize this? How did we not realize
It
this?
just worked out so well too. Though I just love it. I'm like, this is great. It's like all my colors.
And we're the only coordinated table.
I
Mind you.
know.
Yes.
And it was not planned.
It was great though. It was great. So this is my Maleficent head table that my mom did. And I love it.
It's pretty.
It is.
It kind of it gives me like the live action Maleficent vibe.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was going for. And that was with my wedding dress too.
I cannot with him with the phone and his dimples.
He's just like So Marina was so there was like a little bit of bridesmaid drama, and the person that she was frustrated with was giving a speech, and so she was like, I don't even care right now, like I don't even... Oh, it was just funny.
I'm giving a speech.
What?
Did she give a speech?
No, so she was willing to. I told her if it gives you anxiety, it's not going to upset me if you don't.
Okay.
And so she didn't. Yeah. So no, if I had asked her to, she would have. But I was like, listen, I don't need to have a bunch of people speaking. So I was like, who wants to? And whoever wants to can, and that's it. So it was just his sisters that ended up wanting. My mom was like, I don't know what to say. I was like, it's fine. It's fine.
Why did I think this was Nicole Scherzinger? She thought she looked like Nicole Scherzinger. This girl.
Okay, so this is Jennifer. She's one of my cousins, and she's like extremely hot, and it's just not fair. So we're just gonna ignore her.
I got a glimpse of Nicole Scherzinger when you just flipped through her. I was like, whoa.
She's gorgeous. It's funny. Before Jesse was dating Marina, he always called her the hot cousin. It was really funny. She went to school with us. But yeah, she's great. She helped put together my bridal shower with my husband and my sister-in-law. This one right here.
Aww.
That's so nice.
Yeah, they were great. And this is my other sister-in-law doing her speech, and she was very, very nervous and like did not know what to say. She didn't plan it at all, so she was like, "Oh no." But yeah,
that face though.
We're just like we're just like scared for our
You
lives.
guys look like you're both in panic.
Yeah. Literally. So this was our first dance. And our first dance was Once Upon a Dream, naturally.
I know
No, you.
Once upon a
dream.
I thought about doing the Maleficent version, and my mom was like, "That sounds scary." And I was like, "You're right. I shouldn't do that one."
We need a little bit lighter.
I was like, "Yeah, maybe I should just stick to the original one." Because like the Maleficent one's like, like it's really dark and scary.
La 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 la.
Sounds like it could be in a horror movie. Like, I love this picture. All the bubbles.
Oh yes, with the bubbles. The bubbles just make everything better.
It's
just
so
glitter.
cute.
It's just like glitter.
I know. It's like it turned out so nice. I was like, oh my god, look at my flower girl. Try to zoom in.
Yes, queen. Let it go. Let it go.
She's so cute. Sorry, I'm like having a panic attack here. Oh, I could do this. That would make my life easier, huh? Okay. I love this one too. It's very like Breakfast Club.
Oh my gosh, yes.
The older flower girl's like, I gotta get the Mickey in there. She took her role very seriously. And someone took their bubble wands, and it made me so sad. Like at the end of the night, someone took their wands, and I was like, "You assholes!" Yeah.
Yadi, are you here? Was it you? I'm just kidding.
No, the one Yadi took wasn't. No.
Yeah.
So
it was the one. It was the one that was in the aisle. She was in the aisle. So I'm just messing.
We
I think she took her own bubble wand though.
We don't know. So what happened was, so it's actually like, so it's traditional. Like normally after like a quince or a wedding, like they usually just like give people the centerpieces. And so I told my sister-in-law, I'm like, can you get like one of each color for the fairies? Because I want one of each, because I want them to eventually be on an entryway table, like decor in my house. And so she grabbed one of each before she told them. And then I told my mom, I'm like, I wouldn't let them because they kind of go ham and they just take everything. And my mom was like, well, like she says traditional. And I was like, that's up to you. But like, they're going to take everything. And she's like, no, I'll just let them do it because we don't want to haul it back anyways, which is fair. And I was like, yeah, okay. So she lets them take everything. Like, she's like, oh, you guys can take the decorations. She said you can take the centerpieces and the chargers. Someone took Tina's bouquet, and someone took the flower girl's bubble wands. And like, that only upset me because I was like, those are clearly meant for somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, there is no way you thought that like the bridesmaid's bouquet was just.
Oh yeah, I remember like wedding wasn't really even over, and I saw people were trying to take our centerpiece before it was over. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes, we're sitting next to each other.
They were taking it. I was like, the ceremony's over. What's going on? Our centerpiece, dude.
Is this happening?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I told you, but you did not listen. So I wasn't tripping. I was only upset that they took something that belonged to my bridesmaid and something that belonged to the flower girls. Like, that was what upset me. Because I was like, that's not cool. Like, who takes two little girls' flower or like bubble wands? Like, come on. Like, and then Tina's like, well, I'm not that upset about it. And I'm like, yeah, but like we paid. I mean, those bouquets weren't cheap. Like, you know. So I was kind of like, and she wanted to like, they were all talking about how they wanted to display them and stuff, and they liked them a lot. So I don't know. It frustrated me a little bit. But it is what it is. Like, you know, there's not much you can do about it. So, I don't know. Well, Brian was like, well, like I can ask my dad to figure out who took it and stuff. And I'm like, no, I don't want to cause a bunch of problems. It's just like now we know, like, not to let them just.
So when you go to a family function and you see a couple bubble wands and a bouquet, you might figure it out.
I'm just like, oh, I thought this was just free for taking, so I grabbed it, you know?
I'm dead. You go to someone's house, you just see your bouquets just sitting right there on the mantle. Right?
Dude, I take it.
Yes.
I would shamelessly, if I go to one of his I will straight up take it off the mantle and give it back to Tina. Like, I'm not even joking. I do not care. I'm gonna be like, hey, look, it's my $80 that I spent on this bouquet. Thanks for giving it back. That's a lounge fly. I could have had a lounge fly.
Literally.
That's crazy.
Literally.
Oh my gosh, it's Snow White.
So cute.
They're so cute. Oh my god, I love that picture. Sorry.
So good.
It's so
I love the
pretty.
little lovebirds on it.
I know the birds are so cute. That was actually my sister-in-law that designed it. It was her idea.
Aww.
And I was like, oh my god, I love that idea. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what to do with it because it's kind of like plain if we don't put florals everywhere, but I don't know that because I knew we were gonna buy our own, and I was like, I don't want to have. Look at that setup. Who did that? Who did that?
We did. So good.
This was my brother's plate. This bubble wand is different from the rest of them because we were missing one, and so I had to just buy one random one in the park, and we were like, well, this one looks masculine, so you can have this one.
That thing don't even have the bubbles under it.
I don't know what. What the heck? Someone took the bubbles too. I'm just kidding. Oh my god, I'm dead. Oh man. Oh, that's funny.
Jacked. You can't use the bubble wand without the bubbles.
Right? Oh, that's so
See, my mom cut like corkboard, or not corkboard, like I don't know how she did it, but she cut the image and then put it on like something like sturdy. And that's how she did the centerpieces, like for the fairies and stuff. So yeah, it turned out really. I was like really upset. Like she did Maleficent first when she's working on the centerpieces, and I was like, yes, I wanted to see what that one looked like the most.
Yes.
So let me see if I can zoom in on this. I think there's some better pictures too, but let's see if it'll scroll. Ah, well, you can see the buttons. That's a great view.
Great view of the button.
But yeah, I was so happy with how it came out, like because they really do look like they're floating on top of the centerpiece, and that was like really what I wanted. So I was so happy when it turned out good. Like,
so good.
This is so cute. I love them. So we did these buttons. This should be safe. Okay, we did these buttons through Etsy, and it was really adorable because like all my guests were like just wearing them the whole wedding, and then like they were wearing them into the park and stuff, and I love them. I love how they turned out. And then the Cocoa Bomb, my sister-in-law who does cakes, she actually made those. Low-key, I don't know if that was allowed because we didn't ask. It's technically food.
Tell them it's a bath bomb. They'll never find out.
We were like, let's just show up. See what they do. And nobody said anything. So what she did was she did the pink and blue, and then on the inside they had pink and blue marshmallows and glitter. So it was like Good Fairies hot chocolate.
I couldn't try it. Mine broke in the room. Everything was I couldn't find my button to wear into the park.
We were a hot mess. The place we stayed at, it was a hot mess because we were rushing out the door.
Oh my gosh, guys. Jesus came to my wedding. Just kidding.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Just kidding. So we actually call him, so this is like my stepbrother technically. And we call him Baby Jesus. He hates it. But I always am like, oh my God, Baby Jesus was at my wedding. So yeah.
That's funny.
Oh man. He was like, oh my God, why you call me Baby Jesus? It's so funny.
He's like, who's Jesus? I have a relative named Jesus.
Today we dine with Jesus.
So my mom got, this is just the sign. I'm glad someone took a picture of this. So they've got a big like screen in the hotel, and they'll like show you like where the event is and stuff. So that was funny though, because when people go in and out the doors, or like we'd have to open the doors for any reason, like the guests would walk by and be like, what is going on in there?
Yep. And we would walk through the area and they'd be like, is there a wedding? And I'm like, yes.
No.
No, we dress around we like to walk around Disney in dresses like this.
Low key, we do though.
With high heels that hurt our feet.
Not all day though. Only for the pics. It's for the gram, okay? It's for the gram. Yeah. So it's just more nice pictures.
You guys, when they get married, you gotta swap.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted pictures of them together specifically, because I was like, I don't know what to tell y'all, but like, you can't break up now. So
right.
Sorry about it. No pressure.
No pressure, but like, come on.
This horse was amazing. He was like super chill, like dealt with our shenanigans. His name is Chad.
I cannot with the human names for animals. Like, it's funny. me.
It just cracks me up. They're like, this is Chad. And I'm like, his name is not Chad. They're like, it's Chad. And I'm like, that's
What's up, Chad?
Right.
Slap the horse's ass after.
He's a total Chad.
Yeah.
He's a babe.
Look at that right there.
This is
Oh
just
my
their
god, the
ring.
Disney D on his forehead? I can't.
He's got, man, lashes on fleek, bro. What the heck? I didn't know he had
It's
lashes like
white.
that. Oh my god. These are my favorite pictures. I
This is
freaking love it.
Yes.
pretty.
I'm obsessed.
Hmm.
I was like, you know what? It's okay I didn't get the castle because I got these.
Those are so good.
Yeah, my maid of honor killed the veil toss, by the way. It looks great.
Right. I was gonna say, how is it floating?
I don't know.
What?
Oh, she threw it up and
What is this Disney magic?
I was like, I really hope I don't mess up your veil toss, like, because you did yours great.
It's like, did she like lift it up and then run?
Yeah.
Not like one photo with her, like
She like threw
running.
it. No, I wish. There's photos of her like fluffing it and stuff, like getting ready to do it, that one of my other bridesmaids took, which I'm glad I have those. But yeah, it was really funny. I was like,
Alisa, if it would have been us, it would not have finished off gracefully.
No, definitely not. You would have
oh
had
my
me
god.
falling.
Falling.
There would have been me falling out of the photo. Like,
Dude, that was so funny. I'm sorry. We're at the photo booth and Elisa's like, ah!
falling.
She's falling.
Literally, don't ever give me heels for anything.
This is the dance floor. It was pretty lit.
It was
Dude,
super
my
lit.
dress is just like in the corner of every single photo. 'cause it's
I don't know why the girl who's dressed like Cinderella, she gives me Bo Peep vibes a little.
Oh, I
it's
know.
really bounced out. She's got a like serious hoop in there. It's pretty legit. I think it's the
Oh
other
my
hoop.
gosh.
So
that
they were
was
literally I was over here like looking away. They were throwing my husband into the air. All his grooms.
We're like, please don't drop him. He has business to do after this.
I was just like, I'm watching them like, why?
Like, what are you doing?
This was a selfie pic.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I can't get over the color coordinating.
I
That-
can't either. It's so perfect. Like, look at this. Look at that.
Stephanie in the back with her brown dress. Stephanie, run it!
You know what, though?
They were pink.
It's kind of mauvey though, so it still works. Like it fits. Like,
Yeah.
It's neutral.
yeah. I was like, dude, that's crazy that they did that. That is so funny to me. I just can't get over it.
Crazy.
I love it.
We just really were your fairy godmothers. Oh,
Dude,
get
Ashana
low.
Claire.
Get low, Ajana Claire. Yeah.
Dude,
girl.
my dad
Yeah.
and my mom, they were like, Ajana Claire's so fun. They like loved her.
She is the vibe.
Mhm.
They were like, she can dance, bro. I was like, I know.
Any
she's
wedding you want to be lit, just invite Ajana Claire.
I'm serious.
You
Yeah.
will bring the party.
Guys, when I tell you though, like the whole wedding was referring to these women as like my fairy godmothers. The DJ was like, and the fairy godmother table.
Yes!
It was so funny. And the DJ was like, that's the craziest part. The DJ was like, and he's done so many weddings, guys. He was like, I have not seen a table have more chemistry than I have with you guys. And he's like, I'm just shocked that you guys are like meeting for the first time, like in person like this.
Right.
He's like, he's like, you guys are just meant to be together. Like you guys are just
Mhm. Look at
My-
dear.
my husband was like-
at the wedding, huh?
well, Brian was like, he was telling me something, but I don't remember what it was. I'm like, who knows? My uncle says a lot of weird things. I love him. Like, he's interesting. This is the whole group. That was really fun. Some people had to leave a little early, so I don't think there might be some people that aren't.
I cannot with my face. I can just see my face going, oh.
But I mean, people were traveling back home, so I was like, it's, you know, it is what it is.
Mhm.
So it was really fun.
Danielle, look at her sitting front and center.
Oh, no, she said,
all nicely posed in her Tiana
she
dress.
said, I put this together. Look who it is. It's Mickey and Minnie. They were so adorable. I just can't.
So cute.
Yes.
So fun. When I tell you guys, like, they were like running towards us. They were like, whoa, like they just came running in the wedding onto the dance floor. It was so fun. I felt bad a little bit because like some of the parents were like holding their kids back because they're like, no, it's not for you right now. I was like, oh, I'm not
the mice. Don't attack the mice yet.
Literally.
Oh my god, Stephanie got in the photo.
Yeah, she took there's a couple we have with different people, but the Edith, who is an angel, she was the one that compared me to Mariah Carey. Love her for that.
Aww.
She was like, girl, if you want to go eat and like sit down, you do not have to take every single picture with these people. And I was like, you're right, let me go enjoy my wedding.
Yeah. Let me get some of this food. I'm telling you, that was a top-notch buffet. Like, that was
Dude,
it was so good.
Everything.
I really wish I could have took a to-go plate. It was so good.
I know. I told y'all to bring boxes. Y'all should have brought
You know, we should have, but we didn't, and I wish I did.
Because you could just go get a plate and then like pile it in a box. You know what? No one would notice.
Because we had huge bags with us.
Yep.
Yeah.
I told Danielle to do it. Danielle was like, "Can we do that?" And I was like, "You should."
Pack some Ziploc bags. Yeah. The big gallon frozen bags. Yes.
You're just walking through the Grand Californian with a gallon bag of Mickey waffles.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my god, I'm dead. That would be so funny. This is my cousin, Penelope, who is obsessed with princesses. And she has like a closet full of little like just dress up from Disney. And every time I go, so this is Jennifer's daughter, the hot one.
Nicole Scherzinger's daughter?
Yes. And so every time I go to their house, she's like, come look at my princess dresses. It's so cute.
That was literally me growing up. I had a closet
Me
full
too.
of princess dresses, and now I do this to my children. They didn't even ask for it. I just do it.
Her favorite's Elsa. She loves Elsa. I was surprised she came as Belle because she was really wanting to wear her Elsa one, but she decided to wear Belle. I was like, go off. Yeah, it was a blast. I just can't believe it. Honestly.
I mean, I have not been to very many weddings because I just
Me
haven't.
neither.
I think I've been to 2 weddings in my life, and this is the best one.
Oh my gosh, same.
Yeah, I haven't been to that many. I've been to like my aunt and uncle's when I was a flower girl. And that was ages ago. I was like 6. And then my cousin when I was like 11 or 12. And that's the only 2 I've ever been to. See, he's literally like they're running.
Hey! Oh boy!
This was the honeymoon dance. That was super fun.
Yes, that was so fun.
My mom recorded that whole thing. I have it, and I'll have to send it to you guys.
Yes.
It was a blast. I just it was so funny because everybody that they're like, so you've never like interacted with them in person before? I'm like, no. They're like, you would never know that. Like you act like you've known each other forever. This is my maid of honor. This is the Rapunzel hair that she had.
So pretty.
It's so pretty.
It turned out really nice, yeah. It was funny. My hairstylist was like, well, I don't really know how to do braids. I was like, that looked great. I don't know what you're talking about. So
Yeah.
It was so funny because when she came up to me during the shoe game, she's like, you would have been so mad if any other kid did that. I was like, no. She's determined, man. She's like, I gotta get these bubbles out of here.
Yeah, I was thinking her face. So cute.
Aw.
So funny.
Bubbles just make kids happy, man.
I
My
know.
kids are obsessed with Bubbles.
Say, I loved Bubbles too. I was obsessed with Bubbles. I was like the little, what's the fish?
Bubbles keep away flies. Like you're outside and you just keep a bubble machine going, you keep away flies.
Huh.
The fish in Finding Nemo where he's like, Bubbles! That's me.
Yeah.
Bubbles!
Dory.
Oh my god, so funny. Bubbles.
Well, there was definitely no flies at this wedding.
No, there were not.
I'm just for y'all, in the summer, letting y'all know, go get a bubble machine.
Yes.
When you're outside hanging out with the kids.
And it's fun too to just have the bubbles. I like them.
Yeah.
Bubbles are great.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a time, man. Yeah, this is before Juan really got ham. You'll see that later. It's like pictures of him literally on the ground, and I'm like, what is happening there? Like, I can't. And I'm like, Juan, and he's like, I don't remember. I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, good to know. Good to know.
You're like, that's where the open bar went.
Yeah, literally. So this is a lot of detailed ceremony shots. So we kind of saw a lot of the stuff already, and then there's some get ready. Wait, am I in the right? Yeah, 1 of 4. There's a lot of because I'm at the end of it because it switched. There's a lot of getting ready photos of my husband and my groomsmen, and I can kind of skip to that probably because we've seen a lot of ceremony pictures. I feel like I'm glad I have them, but I can see where
the more details, the better for you.
Yeah.
Just in case, like I said, you're gonna be. What did you say? You're gonna have dementia, and you'll be like, "Where's my carriage?"
Yeah.
You can remind yourself of all the details.
Yeah. There were some pictures with the monorail in the back too, which ended up being cool. So it's just like him and his.
I don't love these background photos of your groomsmen. I don't love them.
I wish they
had
doors, with the nice.
Yeah, well, because they're at the Grand Californian, and I was at the Disneyland Hotel.
Yeah.
So I had a lot more greenery and stuff than they did.
Yeah.
So, it was funny. The photographer, because I guess he didn't tell all the groomsmen not to bring outside food and drink, and so they brought some stuff in, and the photographer's like, "Oh my god, hide that, or they're gonna charge you."
Yeah.
So yeah, that was funny. I'm trying to think. Where's the group photos are hilarious. There's some of the getting ready photos where they're in the suite, and I'm like, what were you guys doing? Oh, there's the monorail.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's just the tip.
Points. Just head.
Oh my god, I'm dead. Erika's like, I can't take this anymore. Kaitlyn's out of control.
Oh, good idea with the bubble machine for the summer. Amazon, here I come.
What is this?
Walmart sells bubble machines for really cheap too.
Yeah, Amazon too. We almost got some actually, just in case, because we were like, well, what if there's not enough? And I'm glad because there would have been bubbles everywhere. I don't know if this is
insane. There's a lot of bubbles.
Or what they're doing here. I don't know what's going on with my brother-in-law's face.
They're all spooning. I love the one that has his foot popped like Princess Diaries.
Yep, that's my Flower Girl's dad character. He's great. I really like him. He's amazing.
It just seems so like an uncomfortable train.
I know. They're so weird. I'm like, what did I don't? Yeah,
they're cool. I like this. They need I hope they got a walking video of them doing this.
I hope so. Yeah.
Music.
Yes.
Yeah. They. Oh, there you go. There you go.
That is sick. That's sick.
The mouse himself.
That is so cool.
Yeah, the monorail ones are cool.
Yeah.
Are you gonna print every single photo and put it in an album?
Oh God, are they holding hands? I just
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
I want to.
look at the guy on the foot pop guy.
They're all longing.
He's a vibe, man. He's a vibe.
James is like, please get him off.
This is like how girls pose. You know how like we're like we do poses
Yeah.
like this. This is they're mocking us. They're mocking us.
Oh my God, I'm dead. That's funny. Oh my God.
I'm gonna die if they have a jumping photo. Wait, is that?
Oh. Usually they have a picture of them carrying the groom.
Oh yeah, he jumped. Angel jumped.
They're mocking us.
Yeah,
Does it look like a joke to you? Yeah.
Usually they have a photo of the groom like kind of splayed sideways and they carry him. Usually they do that too.
Oh yeah.
Those ones are funny. Aww.
Yeah, I can't with the hug, the spooning and the lovingly looking into each other's eyes.
Those are the ones.
Why is he looking down?
He's like, I'm sick of you.
Literally, I'm gonna send this one to him later and be like, James, what are you looking at? Like, I don't understand.
He's like, there is a bug on my shoe.
What?
What in the world?
He's taking a nap.
That's what it looks like. They look like they're sleeping.
They're laughing. They're like, they're just being
They're
dumb.
just way too comfortable being cuddly.
I can't with them, man. So yeah, most of them like Jesse, James, and Angel, they're kind of like in our friend group. Like we've all been hanging out together. So it's like me, my best friend Marina, Jesse, James, Angel, and my husband. We've been like a friend group for like the last 10 years.
Aww.
So like, yeah. But I can't with them, man. They're just too much.
That is so funny.
They're crazy, man. I don't know. I can't wait to see. I don't know. Do you guys remember what they did for their entrance? Were they like chaotic or like what did they do? They came in because I couldn't see.
I don't even remember. I thought they just walked in.
Yeah, they had "Bring 'Em Out" with their song.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
And team.
All for one and one for all.
Guys.
He looks so confused.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. At least there's good pictures of Brian. So this is his mom.
Oh,
That's nice.
that is.
We had 3 different pictures, so his sisters had different ones. But I also did it so they could, if they wanted to make it into a necklace or use it for some sort of decoration, like that was my plan.
Oh, that's really nice.
And then my brother had one it was my grandma holding him as a baby. And then my dad had my grandma and my papa on his. There's a picture. I might have passed it. Like none of them knew how to fold the squares, so they're all just like looking at him like, "What is this sorcery?" Like,
that's funny.
A witch.
It's called YouTube.
Yeah, I know. I know. Only Angel knew how to do it, which is so in character for him. He's the one that like teaches us like board games and stuff. We'll buy a new board game and we're like, Angel, read the instructions and teach us because we're too lazy.
Oh my gosh.
So Angel,
I would be that one. Go please read the game.
Literally, that's what happens every time. And he's like, why is it always me? And of course, he was the one that knew how to fold the squares, so he's like folding them all. I'm like, you're the dad of the group. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry that happened, but. So yeah, but it's actually funny because he was like more my friend first, and then I started like inviting him to stuff with our group, and then he got closer with Brian, and I was like, you just stole my friend. That was really rude. I was like, thanks, bro. That's fine.
That is
I was like,
funny.
you know what the benefit of that is, though? I'm like, there is a snitch at your bachelor party.
Ah! That's cool.
A rat.
Something you can get away with anything.
Literally, I'm like, I'm not saying he's gonna give you up willingly, but I'll break him.
Oh my gosh, his beard. That's a beard.
Yeah, we call him a Chad because he's got a beard.
Just like the horse.
Just like the horse. We're like, hey, we found your twin. I'm just kidding. See, he's folding the he's the only one that knows how to do it. He's laughing because none of them, he's like, we're standing in a circle, like learning how to fold.
He looks confused. Chad looks confused.
Holding his own.
Oh, Chad. Chad's just living his Chad life.
Right? Like, shit, no one told me I was going to fold my own.
I didn't know I was going to.
I didn't understand the assignment.
I would have learned this before I came.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Oh, his dad looks so happy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's been waiting for us to get married for a very long time. He's like, so it was like dark humor, you know, because we lost like Brian's mom. And so there's a meme of like a skeleton sitting on a couch, and it was like my mom waiting for grandchildren.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It was before Jasenia had her daughter, and Adriana sent it into a group chat, and she was like, "Too soon?" ?
Oh gosh.
And I was cracking up. I was like, dude, I know I'm gonna fit in with this family because the dark humor is just like oh my god, I was weak. I was like, that's so terrible, and I love it. Okay, let's figure out why this is tripping. Okay. Oh. Okay. I think it's going slow too because I've got StreamYard and this going. Let's see what we can get through here.
Yeah. He looking like you lost him at step number 2.
Oh wow, shoes. So exciting.
Men's shoes are not as cute as girls' shoes.
Shoes that we rented.
Bow tie.
Yeah, we did have the bow tie and the vest we kept because we got them on Amazon because none of the bridal shops so we went with Men's Warehouse, but like Nick's Warehouse too, like the color that matched my dress had this like paisley design in it, and he's like, I don't want that. So we had to just go like find it on like Amazon or whatever, and ended up we just had Men's Warehouse tailor it. And so yeah, the vest is from Amazon.
Cheap hacks.
I think this might all be the ceremony, so I'm gonna make sure. Oh, they took a picture of the sign. I didn't realize that. This is weird. So they'll put this up just to like try to keep people out. Doesn't necessarily work.
Go away. Go away.
Get out of here, you pleb.
Don't interrupt or make strange noise.
I think this is the footman. Oh no, she's
That's a
driving.
lady.
Yeah, she drives. She was the driver.
That's a lady. I did not realize it. The footman was a woman.
Well, so no, the one that brought the ring was a man. That was a different guy.
Right, yeah, that one was a man, but the one driving was a woman.
Yeah.
That's a lady. She got titties.
Okay.
Her arms are up, so you never see the titties.
Yeah. So this is when we were leaving. They have you like wave, and we were waving forever because I think that, I guess, which is actually like I hope whoever was in distress was okay, but there was an ambulance, which is why we were, you know how we were sitting there forever like waving.
Yeah.
There was an ambulance where we needed to go. Yeah. So I hope. I hope everything's okay.
Right.
Sending good vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're just like we were waving for like a good 5 minutes. It was kind of
hello,
funny.
my cousins. Hello. Hello.
Oh, so you can see the bubbles really good in this one.
Yes.
I love it. My bridal party's like, okay, can we leave? we just go to the reception and eat, please?
Is it time? But that pre-reception was the food at the pre-reception was bomb.
It was really good. That was my favorite part of the tasting. Actually, I loved the pre-reception food. I don't like shrimp, so but I like the ceviche sauce. So I was like, all the chips.
Oh, I love shrimp, and I loved it.
The gumbo was delicious.
Oh, so I devoured the bread bowl.
Yeah, that was
devoured.
Really. I was like, yum.
We needed that pick me up.
We did. Yeah, we were tired, little beans.
Little beans.
It was like I got up at 3 a.m. and I was woken up to the alarming voice of Nicki Minaj.
My anaconda don't. My anaconda don't.
Just
get the fuck up. It's your wedding day.
It was really funny because the flower girls were like, what is that? And then once the older one realized what it was, she just started laughing. She's like, what is happening? I was like, my TikTok? What was that? What?
Is it a TikTok?
Oh. Why are we filming a TikTok when we're asleep?
Man, I love that.
Yeah, it was a morning, and then we got a van Uber so that we could load all our shit in the van to get to the hotel to get ready. And this guy was like, where are you guys going? He's like, you guys are just going to the Disneyland hotel? Like, are you just like checking in? Like, are you gonna just stay there? And I'm like, oh no, I'm getting married today. And he's like, what? I was like, I'm driving a Disney bride right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, like, and he's like, that's really cool. But yeah, it was funny. He was like, no wonder you guys have so much stuff. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. You kind of need a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Their tiaras turned out so cute. I really liked those are from Amazon too. They're dressed in their tiaras.
What? Amazon comes in clutch.
It does.
Yeah.
The little apple I got for the right by the magic mirror, that was Amazon. Yeah. Oh my god, their train. It's just so cute. I can't. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was so happy with those dresses.
They came out cute.
Mm-hmm.
He's so cute. He was just so adorable. The footman, like he was just like, he just looked so happy to be living life. Like,
yes. Oh.
He was like, yeah, he was the one that was also like, it's gonna be.
I don't know why he looks like a Benji to me.
He just gives like good vibes. Like, yeah. I don't. Oh, look at this.
Fine.
My dad's like, how did I get here?
Serious. This is serious.
Yeah, it was like, I was like, I did feel bad because their feet were really hurting, my bridesmaids, but I didn't make you guys wear heels. Y'all should have just like wore flats.
Right.
But yeah. So there's some pictures where they look like they're mad. They're not. They're just their feet which like I can relate. The groomsmen too, they said their shoes were really bothering them. So I don't know.
Whatever.
Well, no, but like, you know what they didn't do? Like, they literally like stayed in their shoes.
Look at your brother in the comfortable shoes.
So he, this is technically it's Men's Warehouse fault. So they went to get his stuff picked up, and they were like, he needs to be remeasured for shoes because he grew. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll get him the right size or whatever. And they took it home, and my mom was like, I know we should have tried it on before we left, but like we didn't. And so the shoes didn't fit him because Men's Warehouse gave him the wrong size.
Oh god.
So he had to wear his sneakers. He didn't have a choice. So of course he was like, oh darn, you know.
Like, right. Makes sense.
But yeah, the groomsmen were all like, what the heck? Not like mad, but like they're like, I want to wear regular shoes.
Imagine men trying to wear heels. You think they're uncomfortable in that?
Well, they were though, because my husband was telling me the way they fit, it was like really narrow. And so it was like, you know how pointed heels feel? Like if you've got like wider like that's what they were feeling. So like but they roughed it out, man. They didn't like go change their shoes like So I was like, I mean, but they were like, I don't know what it was about those shoes, but they just did not fit right. I was like, great.
They probably squeeze your toes.
Yeah. I did and like they weren't cheap to rent, so I'm like, you could at least give them shoes that don't suck. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. This is the shoe
price. I mean, women pay the price. Might as well the men pay some of the price too.
They could have all just worn Chucks.
Chucks? What's Chucks?
I know. That's probably would have been Converse, yeah. Like black Converse. Those would have looked okay.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah. I think it came with the suit though, the shoes.
Oh.
Like it was like a package or whatever that we did.
Makes
We did Men's Warehouse because that way I knew they would all look the same, and Men's Warehouse is like all over the country, and we would have spread out. So it was just like the easiest.
Right. That makes sense.
Me saying Chucks, that showed my age.
I knew what you meant.
Me and Kaitlyn were like, huh? No, you knew what they are?
Yeah, but that's because I wore a lot of Converse.
I'm not a shoe fanatic, so I don't really know shoes that well.
I like.
I love me a good Converse.
Yeah, I was a Converse girl, and then I converted to Vans. And then like I wear a lot of like boots, like Uggs, Bare Paws, and like Nike and like Adidas running shoes. So this is where the magic mirror is. So you can see the backdrop. You can pick between silver and gold. Yeah, we've got all these props. It's super fun. I'm hoping that picture of all of us is close by. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is all the like all the props are fun. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect because there wasn't a lot of information on it. But I was like, I feel like that would be fun. Like we should just do it. And I'm glad we did because everybody loved it. People were over there the whole day. She's got her Ursula. I think is this the pre-reception that we're getting into? No, it's not.
I was like, where was that? I wasn't around for that.
I think that was just the before they passed out the things for the toast.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I did get one then.
Yeah, you got one.
I just forgot.
What the heck, brother? Okay. This is my guest book, I think. Yeah. So I just had that Sleeping Beauty journal. Did I just leave my food on the ground? What is he talking about? Hold on. He sent me a text and he's like, your food is in front of the door.
Oh my gosh. Come get your food.
It was at the table that was by the door, but I thought he meant like you put it on the ground. I'm like, the dog's not gonna eat that, my guy. So we have Cogsworth chilling because the Be Our Guest table.
Yes.
Lumiere somewhere. I just think he's
on the other side of Cogsworth, I think.
Yeah. Lumiere also broke in transit back to Washington, so I gotta fix him.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just, you know what? It's better that he broke. Who's this? Who are these women right here?
Us, like silly old us.
I'm glad he broke on the way home and not on the way to the wedding.
Right. Look at Danielle. Oh.
Yeah. Freaking Yaddy. Look at her perfect little face. Oh my gosh. I don't know what she said that made me laugh, but it looks like I'm having the time of my life right there. My mom too. My mom's cracking up.
She must have said something real funny.
I know.
Yeah.
Her speech was funny though.
Her speech was funny, yeah. She was like, "You're my favorite sister," and Adriana's like, "Bruh."
Was she saying that she was a favorite sister too?
Yeah, she was saying that she was Brian's favorite sister. Yeah, it's funny. They're all really close. It's just because me, Brian, and Jasenia spend a lot more time together because Adriana she lives in a different state. So
Okay.
That's what she meant when she said
Washington right now.
What was that?
They all live in Washington right now?
No. So since I grew up in Arizona, Jasenia was actually our roommate for like while we were in college. And so when we were still living in Arizona, we spent time with her all the time because we were in the same state. And Adriana's always like, she either lived in Nevada or California, like pretty much my whole relationship with Brian. So I would only really see her during the holidays and stuff like that. So me and Jasenia like just naturally are a little bit closer, like in terms of like just more the time that we spent together. But like, I feel just as like comfortable with Adriana as I do Jasenia. Like I talk to Adriana more sometimes because Jasenia is just not very like texting and like social media and stuff. She's not super like big on it. So I talk to Adriana more just because she texts more and stuff like that. So it's just like different dynamics in both relationships. But it's really funny though because Jasenia is very like, I'm the favorite. Okay. Jasenia is also the middle child, so you know she's got to like make sure she gets attention somehow.
Don't forget about him.
So Brian's the baby, which is really funny because like I'm the oldest, and so I'm like, you just don't get it because you're a baby.
You're a baby.
Like, you get everything you want. You're the baby of the family. This was delicious. We had it during our tasting, and technically it wasn't supposed to be available during the time of our wedding, but I really wanted it, so they made it for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I was like, give me the strawberries. These are really good.
Everything was so good. There was nothing I didn't like that I ate.
This is the food. Like, is this just like a veggie tray or like? I was trying to.
I know. I was like, well, I didn't grab anything, but there was just like tomato slices and onions. I was like, people like to eat this alone?
Yes. I was very confused, but I was like, you know what? If people want it,
it's fine. That was bomb.
Yeah.
The wet salads were bomb.
Yeah, and that was like part of the vegan options and stuff. Look at that cake. So beautiful.
So pretty.
Oh, we love her.
We love.
I walked in and I like when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's everything I hoped it would be. I was so obsessed with the cake. I was like, yes. I was like a little more impressed with that cake than I thought I would be. I was like, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this damn cake.
It was a beautiful cake. It had a castle on it.
Oh no, we're going rogue.
The computer just decided to stop.
It was like, I'm done. Let's see. I was trying to get to the pre-reception. Didn't know if we were ever going to get there. But yeah, I definitely wanted to at least get to some of the food because a lot of people ask about that. But the food was great. So
good.
It was so good.
I would love to eat that buffet every day.
Yeah, that was the only wedding I've been to where I liked the food. I
don't remember what they had at those other two weddings. That was so long ago.
Yeah. And wedding food, it's hard when it's a plated meal. Like, you're not going to please everybody if you eat plated meals. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's not my wedding, but if I'm like, what I care about is if the bride and groom enjoy it. But if I enjoy it too, that's a bonus.
Right.
Yeah. So this is the end of the night or the end of the afternoon.
Look at me in tennis shoes. Look at me in shoes. I gave up.
Yeah. So we had everybody circle up and we did the song, When Can We Do This Again by Owl City because Hate the Night is my favorite parade. And that song, I have so many memories just like jamming down Main Street while it's playing. I love it.
Yes, that was so fun.
Yeah, and the DJ was like, "Okay, move to the right, move to the left, hands up." Yeah, it was really fun.
Yes,
it was really fun. My groomsmen, like I said, were just out of control. I'm gonna see if I can find some of the pictures of how crazy the dance floor was. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, you know what? I think this was right after I took the video of them. So my I think it's on my TikTok right now. The best man and one of my groomsmen did this dance move where the groomsman like jumped onto the best man's shoulders and was like doing this.
Oh,
And I recorded it for him. Oh, yes.
He said, "Oh, you ladies pop your pussy like this."
It was Selena, anything for Selena.
Oh, I loved this. I don't know if you guys saw this. They took pictures of all your bags.
All our crap.
Yeah, your cute Disney bags. I was like, yes. I saw that picture.
You
and I
didn't
was
want to
like,
look under the table because under the table was, oh my gosh,
was it chaotic?
chaos. Because it was all our crap.
It don't matter.
Everything. And then we went to the parks, and then we had to carry it again. It was so heavy, and we had so much stuff.
It was so heavy.
It was like literally like 4 of us tag teaming to carry all
Did you
this
just
stuff.
like shove it all in a locker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so heavy, and our feet were so dead. We were dying to get.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
back.
we went back to I genuinely like all we did was sleep. We got back to the hotel, we slept, and then we had dinner at Goofy's Kitchen with my parents, and then went into the park with our groomsman Angel. And then like when we went back, that's when the other festivities happened. But like but like after the wedding okay, so like I don't know what's happening here.
Dead body.
Circles
Looked like dead body found.
I think he was on the dance floor like spinning himself like with his legs and his arms. I can't remember.
He was like running.
Yeah.
Kind of like that running motion.
Yeah. Oh my god, they were crazy. They were like just living their best life, and I was just standing there laughing at them because I'm like, I don't.
I can never.
I was like, not in this dress. That was the other problem. A lot of his family, they wanted to like kind of like salsa, and I was like, guys, I can't move my feet in this. Like, you're just gonna have to like
circle me,
level with me here. Like, oh, here it is again. I'm throwing them.
Throw them.
This is great. Yeah. It was really fun. It was a lot. It was I wish I don't know why I can't find the pre-reception was really pretty. It was in the Grand Californian, like the wedding garden.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just like that circular area on the outside of the hotel. And they had nice little tables set up and all that stuff. I didn't get to see the reception. There it is.
Yes.
I'm just standing there like, what is life? Angel was like,
his face is like, dude.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm on top of the world, guys. I'm on top of the world.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, they were. This is like he's literally about to like jump on him right here.
Come on my back.
Yeah. It was really fun. I was just glad everybody was on the dance floor and everybody was entertained the whole time. Because weddings can be really boring for people, like, which I totally understand. But like this was fun. Like this was a party the whole time. Like,
yes.
And it was really fun. And then it did give people the opportunity to go to the park after, because it was early in the day. So a lot of people did do that.
It was energy with the food, with all the amount of food
and liquor.
And
going, dance to our little heart's content.
Yes.
The dress is just like, that's like instead of hidden Mickey's, find Kaitlyn's dress in every picture.
Where's Waldo? Where's Kaitlyn's dress?
It should be. Let me see if I can scroll through. I think it's disc B and 2 that it's in. It could be 3. It's all like discombobulated because it's like for some reason it's like upside down.
Yeah, they should have labeled each one and then.
Yeah, I mean it is like sorted, but like the pre-reception was at the top. I think it is the third one. Yeah, because this is ceremony. Yeah, I think it's this 3. But yeah, I am a little frustrated that I have to pay for the raw footage because it's like you took it anyway though.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, though. Because I do want it, like, even if it's not edited and stuff, like, just having like what was actually said, and like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to see it. You don't want to just see snippets of your wedding. You want to be able to see all of it.
Yeah. Let's see. And they were recording like the whole time. So I'm like, I'd love to see. Like, I know they did record. They like they had a little like thing to like stick the camera. So there's like video of us in the coach, which is cool.
Aw.
I'm like, oh God, I wonder if they recorded everything we said. Because we were like, I'm glad that's over. So this is the pre-reception, yeah. So this is like a little fireplace area they have that's normally open to everybody. So if there's not an event going on, like, you can go there and chill. But obviously, like, there's stuff. Look at that fancy fruit water I didn't even get to drink. Wow.
I didn't have any of it either. We went straight to the bar.
This is super pretty. Oh my God, I love this hotel so much.
They don't get the last of like those whatever bowls. What was it? The soup bowls?
Yeah.
The gumbo.
Yeah. And
That was my first time ever having gumbo, because I don't recall ever having gumbo, and it was so delicious. And like, I want gumbo now.
I
it
love
was
these.
so good. And they're like, it's time to go. We're like, me and
No.
No, let me finish this damn gumbo, dude.
There's my gumbo. There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just in a conference room eating ours. We were waiting for that was what I was saying earlier. We didn't get to see the reception before everybody walked in, and I kind of wish like I had that moment with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was we delayed the ceremony because not everybody showed up on time, and I said, no, let's just go, I'm not waiting for people. And my mom was like, no, like, we should wait if we can. And I was like, ugh. And so because I was so anxious, I was like, no, I'm not waiting for people, I don't care. But I see where she was coming from. Like, she didn't want me to like roll up to empty chairs, you know what I mean? So we waited for people to show up, and then because of that, there wasn't time for me and Brian to see the reception hall before everybody came in. So that kind of irritated me, because I'm like, I didn't get to like have that moment because I had guests that were late, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would have liked to have had that moment with you guys where I could be like, oh my God, you know, like, but the gumbo.
So good. I dream of it.
I know. It was like,
My husband's making the dogs howl. Sorry if you can hear that.
Aw, puppy.
Dude, that gumbo, it's the star of the show. There's like no pictures of the ceviche.
I'm so glad I was able to get it, because we almost missed it.
yeah.
Dude, I know you guys were dedicated. I was like, man, these poor women almost missed the pre-reception.
We made it. We found it, and
We
we
barely made. Yeah.
we
We
devoured.
were like on it was like an egg hunt. Like, we're literally trying to find different spots. We're like, where is this place? We are hungry and I need a drink. Like,
Yeah, you let us into your dressing room, and we're like, coffee.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, you should have. Did you guys get any?
Yeah,
You
we
guys
got coffee.
okay, good.
Yeah, you see a
Yeah, I
picture of
was
Ivana Claire with a coffee cup.
Yeah.
She has.
Okay.
We got coffee.
Oh my God, it just looks so good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My fairy. Oh, they're so cute. So okay, there's Lemire.
There's the table. The candles were giving us a little bit of trouble, though. Those
Oh yeah, they were
It was-
sticking.
they kept on falling over.
Yeah.
They're like, bitch, keep it together.
Yeah, it's not about you right now.
Yeah, so I was like, I was trying to include as many princesses as I could. I guess I could have. I didn't want it to look too crazy though. I thought about getting little like snowflake confetti to put on that table for like Elsa. But I was like, I'm gonna get too crazy with the details. This is my Ofrenda table. I love this.
Mhm.
So my mom made the I think it's papel de picado. I think is what it's called. And it's like a banner that you would put on an Ofrenda. And we just had all of our family members. This is Marina's dad, Brian's cousin, my aunt and uncle, my mom's parents, my uncle's moms, my great aunt. I think Brian's mom's right here. No, she's right there. So this might be, I don't know who this is. I
Yeah,
can't
that table was too tiny. You needed
yeah, and then in the back is my papa and my grandma. So yeah. And then what we did was people that were like maybe more closely related. So like Marina took her dad home, and his tia took Kendra.
Oh,
So yeah,
Mhm.
look at Lumiere,
so
not
cute.
broken.
You got a picture of it.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, it was amazing.
Yes.
And it all turned out great. And there's like 8 billion pictures, but we'd be here forever if I went through every single one. We went through most of them.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's how many hours? It was like, how many hours was your wedding? Because it was at, what time did it start? 9:30?
9:30. Yeah, I'm just gonna like eat the spaghetti. So like, I'm gonna go cook
for
later.
it. It was 9:30 and it was done at 3, so that was like 6 hours of footage. So like, yeah, it's a lot.
But what? I thought it goes down later.
It did. It went till a little after 3 because people were just like congregating.
Oh,
you know?
we stayed there till like 4:30 in that.
Yeah,
room.
because we had till 4 to take it down. So, and like nobody was coming in there. Like they weren't rushing us out by any means either.
Oh,
So,
we didn't feel rushed. We straight chilled.
yeah, I don't think they had anything else after. I think that's why. So
yeah, we straight chilled in there. The DJ fully packed his stuff and left. Like we were still chilling.
We were
in there.
taking pictures. We're just
Oh, yeah. For my butt the whole time.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Alrighty then, guys. Thank you so much for tuning on. And thank you, Kaitlyn, so much for being such an awesome guest and telling us all the deets, because you know how many people are probably curious and thinking about it. Like, this live is great for people who are thinking about it, and maybe this might get somebody else to have a Disney wedding. You never know.
Thanks for listening.
So, yeah, thank you so much for telling us. Erika, Kaitlyn, do any of you guys have anything going on your channels?
No, not yet.
I'm gonna do a video on the wedding, but like you guys saw pretty much everything on this. So, but I have to do like a cost breakdown probably. Like just some. It's gonna be much shorter than this. Like, thanks for listening to me for 3 hours. Like,
yes. So make sure linked in the description down below. Please make sure you check out all the ladies, and Kaitlyn's the first one linked down below. So make sure you're subscribed so you can get even like more short form, quick form details on her wedding and all the deets. And yeah, Erika's also linked down below, and all the other ladies who the storm just took them out. So, yeah, the storms took them out, and somehow I made it. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching. The next live show will be whoops. It's going to be it's going to be April 8th. So I will see you guys April 8th, and I haven't decided. I think we're gonna try to do a little bit more, like, me and Erika really bond over like true crime and like and like pop culture. So I think maybe we're gonna throw in topics in that live for doing all that stuff, hopefully. And because we don't want to talk about Easter. No one wants to talk about Easter.
I'm taking my school counselor licensing exam that day. Hopefully I pass.
Gosh.
Well,
yes, because April is the month of Easter, but who wants to talk about that? We're not trying to do that. No.
The revival of Christ.
We can say like, hey, that's cool, but we don't need to go into full debate about religion. I don't want to do that.
Actually talk about what we do for Easter. Like, do we have plans? Do we barbecue? Do you do cascarones where you fill eggs and like stuff like that?
I don't want to hear about everybody coloring eggs
for the past 3 years.
I'd rather talk about true crime and pop culture.
Crimes that
I want to talk
about crimes that happened on Easter.
I mean, technically, Easter is a crime. Somebody killed Jesus.
That is true.
He rose again.
He rose again.
The thumbnail is like, who killed Jesus? ?
Suspect number 1. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you give a big thumbs up if you didn't already do so. And also, please make sure, all you replayers, thank you if you made it to the very end. I really appreciate you. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your life. Aloha and a hui ho. Bye. end.